We've all been sitting here waiting to ask you about conspiracies.
I'll tell you straight up, most entertainment value you're going to get, I'll tell you conspiracy-wise. And I also know some that are more relevant and very important to know and understand. I'll start out with the bullshit ones, and let me tell you, they're probably true. Was a man and is a man. If you look up a picture of it looks like my papa with the damn mop on his head.
This ain't crazy, bro. Come on.
And that's what happens. You get two brothers with soul, man. We're going to start freestyling, you know?
Amen.
I'm choking this deer. Before I slid the choke in, I texted my coach. I told him to help. When I get that guy down, he's in trouble. I'm going to win the rematch.
OverDogs Podcast Episode 8, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Got my Bagz. It's the drinking, gambling, fighting, dumb shit show. Mike Perry's right here, obviously.
Yes, sir. What's
We
up?
got my boy Mac Malley.
What's up?
What's up, boys?
I gotta complain right off the bat.
All right, do it.
Why the fuck? We're all Americans here. Why the fuck would we schedule a podcast to record during Thursday Night Football, my man? I'm a Packer fan. We're playing the Lions right now.
Let's go, Detroit. Let's go, baby.
No,
The game was just on out there. I'm like, oh, Detroit can beat. But let's see. I mean, they usually be.
I don't hate the Detroit
trash.
Lions, but yeah, they're doing good and good for their coach. But
I haven't liked Detroit since Barry Sanders, man.
holy shit, yeah,
Been a while.
it's been a while.
He was on the pregame show. He was a beast.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's talk about this. So Mike's obviously live in at my house. You know, what you been doing, buddy?
I've been training with the great, amazing Roy Jones Jr. Thanks to Ice Bagz over here, man. You know, he kind of gave me an idea about coming out here and getting some work in with him, and he set it up to where I could do that. And we were driving out to Pensacola. He drove me a couple times. He's been my chauffeur, my chef. Motherfucker's been cooking for me, taking care of me and shit. The family. You know, we're all here enjoying a little vacation with a lot of work. I like to be on a vacation and I'm actually getting my work in, man. I'm not drinking. I'm fucking cleaning up. I'm getting ready to beat Logan Paul's ass when Dylan doesn't show up. So,
What are the odds on that?
who the fuck knows, dude? Who cares?
Nobody knows.
It's all bullshit every day. Everything Dylan says, they bite. Yum, yum, yum. They bite on it. But then at the end of the day, he really might not fucking go.
Well, I mean,
So-
historically, if you look at, he's not.
So I'll be ready. The way Roy said it last night, you know, I sparred 4 rounds with a tough boxer, a polished boxer, and we were the same size. And Roy was like, I like what you did. 4 3-minute rounds a couple weeks before a 6 3-minute round fight. I think you'll do great. So I was happy to hear that, and then I worked and polished some more of my shit with Roy, and he helped me with a few things, man. Had my calves burning. It's been invaluable, man. He's definitely got the greatest highlight of all time. Greatest highlights. Roy Jones had the best knockout reels of any boxer of all time. Even I know Mike Tyson is great. He's probably the greatest. As far as fighting goes, he was a big, heavy guy, but that's where Roy Jones really made a difference, where he was smaller, faster, he was long, the way he was, a showman, he did the rap. Roy, man.
He was like a Anderson Silva version of like in boxing almost. That style,
well,
right? Like the way he cleared people out.
Silva would try to be more like Roy.
Yeah,
Roy was,
He pulled it
one
off
of the
every
kings
time.
First, man, one of the first kings. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, those were the guys, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did
Hey,
everything in
so-
fucking style, bro.
So I say this, Mike was like, he was grilling me on the way back, right? He finishes his sparring session. He's like, yo, Josh, how you think I did? And I didn't give him apparently enough love, right? So then it got in Mike's head more. So then like 30 minutes later, because it's a long-ass ride out to fucking Roy's house, man. That motherfucker lives in the middle of nowhere. Roy, get you a new fucking house in town, bro. But like 30 minutes later, Mike looks, he's like, yo, bro, I guess you weren't impressed with my shit, or like, what's going on? You didn't think I did well, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, no, man, I think you did well. Like, what do you want me to tell you? I'm not a fucking boxing analyst. Like, you did well. You held your ground. You looked pretty clean, like, through a couple of rounds. So I did text. So the whole thing is we went to the gym this morning, and then Mike was like, I think I'm gonna go back out to Roy's. And I was like, you need to go out to Roy's and, like, talk to him about last night, right? Like, tell me what I did right. Tell me what I did wrong, how I could have improved, et cetera, because that's the guy to fucking tell you this shit, right? And so afterwards, I texted Roy, and I said, yo, and Roy, I'm telling you this, I've texted Roy on every major boxing fight over the last year and a half, and he's never missed one, ever.
Oh, what, predicting them?
Predicting them. And he usually tells me how they go down, 100%. And so I go, yo, I was like, he gonna beat Logan or no? After he went out today. Anyway, we'll pick that up on next show.
What the fuck? Man?
Yeah, bro. You can't just what the fuck, honey dick us like that. What the fuck, dude? Yeah, no. Mike.
I mean,
Mike
it's
smokes.
obvious.
You don't know what he
Everyone
said or
says,
not?
"Yeah, I'll fucking kill him.
Yeah.
I'll beat him. I don't like to say kill.
Hang on.
I
You want to
will-
know
you
what Roy said or no?
absolutely.
Yeah,
I wanna-
fucking
he
yeah.
said,
Don't
"Oh, he's
fucking
not
warm
drunk."
us up for it and then just bounce. What the fuck, though?
Right. What the fuck?
He said, yes, very difficult for Paul to beat that man
Boom.
Absolutely.
Lock.
from the GOAT. And
You
that was
know-
just after 2 sessions and a sparring session.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
He'd have to make it to the end of the bells. That's for sure. If he did that, he's got a good chance of winning a decision. But I can't. I will have the energy, the pace that we've been putting in the workouts. I mean, I trained this morning. I was up at 7 a.m., grabbed some coffee and some egg bites, some white egg bites, and then fucking went and trained for an hour with with the red beard pirate, and then fucking went to Roy's. Like right after, I had a fucking Krispy Kreme donut and went to Roy's and fucking trained boxing for an hour and a half with him. And then we had to come back to do the show, man. So if I keep this pace up a couple of weeks, I will put everything I have into the fight. If I'm the one fighting Logan, I will put him on the ropes and keep him there, and I will punch him constantly and consistently. There's no way that he survives it.
no. And tell me if I'm wrong here. I'm obviously not Roy Jones Jr. or even Mike Perry, but I feel like a constant thing we see with some of the MMA fighters that these YouTube boxers choose to fight, or even like, Tyson Fury and Ngannou type thing. Like there's always one factor about the MMA fighter that kind of grants them or the boxer the advantage, right? And I think the number one thing is when they bring in people that are easy on the trigger, right? They don't pressure people like Floyd Mayweather, bro. He's a counterpuncher. He's not going to do shit. You walking someone down, fuck no. Like, dude, he crumbles within like 2 or 3 rounds for sure. I think they rely on people like being counterpunchers and standoffish a little bit so that they can get comfortable again if they get tagged.
Yeah, we talked a lot with Roy today about, times and the difference between something like an amateur boxing and a bare knuckle match. They're fast paced, right? Like bare knuckles, fast paced. They want the action. It's a 2-minute round, and people finish fights because they're go, 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 go. You're not regular pro boxing. You're playing. You're moving around. You're baiting. You're not doing a lot of attacking for the first 6 rounds. That's how pro boxing is, and there's no time for that in anything like bare knuckle. Now, also, even a pro boxing match in a 4 or a 6 rounder is fast paced. There's no time to sit back and wait and watch a game plan. So I would go in there with the mindset of, and I know that he would expect me to come after him. I know he's got a good money team around him, trying to give him a plan for when I'm coming after him, smothering him on the ropes all day. But to be honest, there's nothing he can do about it.
No.
Nothing he can do about it if I'm the one in the ring with him.
I mean, I watched a really good pro last night with Mike. Really good pro. I mean, the guy was sparring with Charlo like last week. Last week, right? And dude, Mike had him on the ropes. The guy just had an incredible guard, right? But that's something that Logan can't replicate because that's fucking 5 years of experience of like high level boxing, right? That kind of keeps you out of that guard. I'm just telling you this. Mike's going to swarm him. When they got done with the 4 rounds, Mike wanted to keep going. Mike's like, no, let's go. And Roy's like, yo, 4's good, right? Like, you just out here sparring for the evening. We doing a friendly session, like, no big deal. And he looked at me. I said, Roy, how's he look? And he's like, bro, 6 rounds, easy in the bag, his conditioning, everything. Because I'm telling you, Mike didn't stop punching for 3 seconds in 12 straight minutes. And they were only taking 30-second breaks.
That's why Logan Paul crumbles in 2 rounds.
Crumbles. And even Moon said, like, his sparring partner said it. And when I hit Roy today, and I'm like, yo, give me the truth. I'm like, give me the truth. What do you think? Mike and Logan. He's like, Mike, bro. He goes, I find it very difficult to believe that Logan beats him some way.
I enjoy it too much. I just enjoy
Yeah.
it so
He's too
much.
tough.
I want to see the Moon his guard is so good. I would leave myself open and I would sit at a jab range and I was trying to bait him to like throw some heat at me, and he wouldn't open up because he knew that I was waiting for him to open up so I could catch him. So all I was able to really get was my jab going, but that was kind of all I needed. And I mean, my defense could have been better. Moon he picked his shots at a good time. He was precise on his timing of his shots, but he didn't throw as many as me because I was like putting in the work, you know. So, I mean, there's no footage of these rounds. So, but shout out
You
to
just
Eric
have to believe
Moon,
us.
man.
Yeah, shout out to Eric.
He's
And
a
shout out to
polished
Coach.
boxer, man.
Yeah.
Roy Jones, man. It's been a great couple days working with him.
So anyway, Mike whooped Moon's ass since there ain't no footage. Whooped the fuck out of him. Just kidding, man. Don't come to my house and whoop me.
No.
You know, I haven't seen a single person, like media, fighter, anybody, pick, like, if Dylan doesn't show, say Logan Paul has a chance against Mike. Like, dude,
No,
that
they
it's the worst it's the worst possible. You know, Logan, even more so than Jake. Jake's kind of more balls deep into boxing and everything, but Logan, it's like he's dabbling his toe in it, bro. You are not the motherfucker to be dabbling your toe into the pool, see if you have a good time. Bitch, you cannonball into that shit. That is your pool. Nah, don't be sticking your toes in there.
They do the WWE shit. But those guys
Yeah.
are kind of weird. They like to get fucking hurt on some weird shit. But it's like, yeah, you're gonna get your bell's gonna get rung, and you're gonna go down on a knee or something and be down for the 10 seconds and be out. And you're like, oh, that was fun, but it's over now. And I mean, he doesn't really care. It's all good for him. What there's really no L for him.
No. Yeah.
There's not, but at the same time, believe me, he wants to fight fucking Dylan. Dylan can barely throw a punch. Like,
Yeah.
do you want to fight Dylan and embarrass him, or do you want to fucking get swarmed by Mike Perry for 6 rounds in front of a huge audience? Like,
That's why I think it's
pretty
fucking
simple.
bizarre Mike is the backup. Like,
I
that
agree.
is so vastly, like, I would literally, I'd have to give massive props to Logan if he, let's say Dylan doesn't show and he actually agrees and Mike gets in there.
All right, so
Like,
one of the
I would
funniest
have to throw mad props. Like, bro, there's
one of the funnier
no way.
things I've seen, bro, is Le'Veon Bell calls out. He's like, Logan doesn't want to fight anybody. He's got Dylan and he's got Mike Perry as a backup. He's like, if he really wants to fight somebody, he lets me in there, right? But bro, in his own comment section, he got fucking roasted. It wasn't one comment about Le'Veon. It wasn't one comment about Dylan Dennis. Every fucking comment
Mike
was like,
Perry
yo,
will
Mike
fuck you
Perry's
up.
a real fucking fighter. What are you smoking? Like, and then of course Mike said, I'll smoke you too. Like,
Wait,
I'll do
so-
that for fun.
So,
Man, I appreciate
Le'Veon,
the fans getting
Ah, dude.
behind me.
we got your back. Everyone's got your back.
They see the work I put in, man. I really, I just enjoy it, man. I like getting punched in the face sometimes.
I was working out with this motherfucker this morning, right?
Wait,
And
real quick,
Last
so I'm
couple, last
clear.
couple of days.
Le'Veon, so what he said, what he insinuated, was this on Twitter?
Yeah.
He said Logan's fighting nobodies, fight me, I'm the real fighter, and he mentioned
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah.
Oh
yeah,
God.
that's pretty much
Yeah.
that's what he said.
Dude, his comment section just absolutely roasted.
Look, he got 1.7 million followers on Twitter. So
Fake
I
followers,
see this.
fake
I'm like,
followers.
oh, I retweeted this shit.
Yeah.
He got 80 likes on this post, and I was like, save yourself the embarrassment. That shit got like 800 likes under his post.
Mike goes, man, he's like, Le'Veon's talking shit. I'm gonna do this. And I look at it, and I'm like, hang on for a second. I'm like, Mike, bro, all of his followers are fucking fake. Like every single one. He gets 100 likes a post with 1.7 million fucking followers on Twitter, right? And Mac, you know the game when it comes to social media.
So I can explain. There's different reasons for that. Yeah, it could definitely be like fake followers, a lot of bots and stuff. It can also be the algorithms changed a lot recently, like a fucking lot. A lot of things are getting throttled. So a lot of people that don't really do Twitter religiously, like they've dropped off.
Yo,
Oh shit!
Philly,
There we go. What's up, dog?
what's good, brother?
What it do? What's the word? Platinum Mike Perry in the house.
I've been training with Roy Jones Jr. the past couple days. It's a different look, and it's not like your muscles don't forget your muscle memory, because they do. It's not automatic just because you've been training it for the past 12 years or whatever. So you're not just as good as you need to be. Plans do need to come together. There does need to be a system and a plan. High-level coaching helps. JT is a great coach for me as a boxer. But getting a different look from Roy this week, the sparring that we did, see, that's where you were a great training partner for Ian Gary, where you were trying to help him, give him the work that Neil might show him. And then, you know, because like I was sparring with a boxer last night and Roy had us work in specific ways, but we still fought, but it was specific. It's how he wanted it to go, and he wanted to give us messages out of what he saw that would lead us into training differently and preparing our strikes properly to be the way they needed to be for our next matches. I sparred Eric Moon yesterday. He's a polished boxer. He's very, man, you know, we spar at technique and stuff sometimes. I haven't sparred a guy with his guard. This dude, Eric Moon, his guard, his boxing guard was so, I wasn't getting through none of my power punches. You know what I mean?
You said you hadn't sparred someone with his guard yet.
Yeah, man, his defense, you know what I'm talking about too.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't say yet, because I have in the days, but there's been boxers I've worked with that had that type of boxing guard that they just was safe in there.
How many fights do you have?
16 fights, I think he's got.
Pro?
Yeah.
Yo, he was
Okay.
look. He was sparring with Charlo's brother last week.
Yeah, he was sparring with Charlo last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charlo's
Yeah.
fighting Canelo this weekend, right?
Yeah. Charlo's fighting Canelo on Saturday.
That's the best work, man. I actually got some really high level sparring coming in. I don't know if you know who Demetrius Andrade is, but I tapped in with him, and I'm gonna get some good work in with him. But that's the best work for any of us, for these these BKFC fighters, MMA guys. I think the best work is high level boxers. In my opinion.
Of course.
And so, like, hey, here's what happened. The first day we went out, it was just me, Mike, and Roy, right? And Mike's just in the ring with him, and Roy's just got him doing drills, dude. You know how Mike is. Mike's like fucking getting mad because he's doing the same shit over and over and over again, right? But that's Roy's training style, right? He's like, you gonna get this shit down before you go on to the next thing, right? And so his whole thing was like, Mike, like, I need you at 60% speed, not 100%. You know, I need you at 60% at all times. And if you got a kill shot, you go 100%, right? So then we go straight into sparring the next night. And what does Mike do? What do you think, Phil?
100% off rip.
100% on every motherfucking punch. After the 4 rounds were done, hey, I looked at Roy and I was like, Roy, what do you think? And he was like, 100% every single punch.
All gas, no brakes.
Hey, since this guy loves to do this podcast and he gets drunk, man. He be drinking, right? And he drinks good shit. The reason I bring this up is because Philly taught me in fighting. Him and Coach Jay Will kind of got me, you know, I used to be bad with the drinking and the fighting. Like I would take 30 days off for sure. I still do, but like now I have a little bit of wine every now and then when the fight's coming just to settle myself. But Phil is the who's that Spanish fighter? He used to take shots before he walk out. Phil's the type of guy who will take shots of tequila or whiskey or something.
Oh, you talking about
Phil-
Adesanya? You talking
Phil-
about Adesanya?
No, who's the Spanish guy that does that too? What Spanish guy?
I'm talking about a boxer. I'm talking
Okay,
about
okay.
like, one of the best boxers of all time. There's a couple of them.
Dude, I know who you're talking about too.
So yeah, it's funny because
Chavez or something, man.
I've been doing this for a while. I didn't do it for Neil Magny and I didn't do it for Nico Price. Those are the only 2 fights. Every fight before that, I'll take shots before I go out. So, and how I bypass, we would have a little bottle of Pepsi. You know what I mean? We put the dark liquor in there, and then we got the Pepsi bottle. And I'll be in the back. I'll take 3-4 shots, ready to go. But for me, it would just mellow me out, So I think during the Contender, I took a little bit too much. I took like a little bit. I was a little bit too slow and too laid back. But I liked it because it would take the edge off. And growing up how I grew up and like fighting in clubs and dumb shit, like it just kind of put me in that zone, listening to music, relaxed. But I said this to myself. Mike would always say, man, why you blah, 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 blah. But I said this to myself. If I'm here, right, this is scary. The UFC is scary. These fights this is a big deal. Fuck it, because when I'm 40, this shit's going to be gone, right? So let me just feel everything, pause how I'm supposed to feel it while I'm here. Fuck it. So my 2 big fights in front of a crowd, I said, fuck it. I don't need a shot. I'm gonna go out there and just feel the nerves and enjoy myself. So, because I know when this time goes, I'll miss everything about it. I'll miss the nerves. I'll miss everything. So now I just go out there and let the chips fall where they may.
I feel like the drinking would make me way more nervous. I would throw up if I took a shot before a fight.
I'm with Phil on
Damn,
this
I
one.
don't know.
I'm with Phil too.
I'll do anything.
I wish, before my boxing match, I wish I would have fucking had 2 shots of tequila. I'd have been fucking, my adrenaline wouldn't have been fucking like that and like that.
You could take
Exactly.
pain on that.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I'll tell you one quick story. So I grappled Gordon Ryan like 2 years ago, right? And grappling Gordon Ryan is like boxing Floyd Mayweather, right? He's the best. So he gets to pick and choose right now who he wants to compete against. When you compete against him, you get a good payday. He's the face of jiu-jitsu because there's nobody really. There's
It's
other
actually
guys
a
that are
little
good.
worse
Yeah, but there's nobody that's like entertaining.
because he's 260
So,
pounds on steroids.
Exactly. When he came out of his little retirement because of his stomach, he said, hey, I want to have a fun match. I would like to have a match with Phil. I didn't think he was being serious. And he was like, they hit me up, Ricardo, Flow Grappling. They're like, Gordon wants to grapple you. I said, fuck yeah, absolutely. So grappling per normal, training. Monday, I'm going with Hidalgo, and it's not going well per usual. It's fucking Hidalgo. After the round, I hit the top of the cage, but it's padded. And just out of frustration. And then I felt my hand click. And I said, Julian, I just broke my hand. He's like, you're lying. No, you didn't. I said, 100% my hand's broken. I've never broken a bone in my body. My hand was clicking. This is Monday. My match is on Friday. So I stopped training. We went to the hospital. I broke my 2 metacarpals, the last ones, right here on my hand. The bottom of my hand, my pinky, and my ring. They said, Phil, you need surgery, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, cool. They put me in a cast. I stopped training. I flew out to Austin that Friday, and I met up with my buddy, Brigham, and he helped me get the cast off. So I took the cast off. My hand looked like the fucking Nutty Professor. It was so fat. The only reason I didn't pull out was because they would have just given it to someone else, and I would miss the opportunity to make that bag. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just deal with it. Not trying to be a tough guy. I just wanted the money, and I knew I wouldn't get a rematch.
Right.
So I went out there. I wrapped my fucking hand, and I was like, I can't. My hand was so painful. I couldn't pull my pants up. I couldn't do anything. My hand was huge. I wrapped it as tight as I could. I'm screaming, letting Julian wrap my hand. I was like, dude, I can't do this. I said, fuck it. We got a bottle of Jack, a 5th. Bro, I killed 3/4 of that bottle in the back. I was so fucked up. I've never been that. I was fucked up. I got too fucked up. But I couldn't feel my hand, and so it worked.
And didn't you go to distance with this motherfucker?
Yeah, I mean, we went 15 minutes. It was cool, but I did it on a fucking fifth of Jack with my hand smashed. But I did it like I said. Bro. I did it because, like Floyd Mayweather wants to box you, and you pull out for whatever reason, a legitimate reason. Now you just missed the bag, and he goes on to the next guy. He gets to pick, you know?
Well, so I'm curious, and don't take this the wrong way, but like obviously Gordon Ryan, like Craig Jones, they're like two of the best. Actually, I have a question about that in a minute too. But when you go into a fight like that, or I mean, match.
Thank you. Match.
Don't take this. Yeah, don't take this the wrong way. But like, are you accepting that you're gonna lose going into that? And
yeah.
So then, what's the goal? Like, obviously,
absolutely.
Probably go to decision.
Absolutely. So here's the thing about Phil. I keep it real, right? Half of these motherfuckers don't keep it realistic, right? And if you keep it real with yourself, who are you fooling, right? Gordon Ryan, he weighed in 254 pounds. With the bump box, he weighed in 274. I weighed in 191. He won ADCC the year before by submitting everybody. I am not going to beat him. And that is not me being pussy or no, it's just
it's realistic. It's realistic.
Professional grappling match. It's not fucking happening. So what
you got nothing to lose though by competing against that guy.
Facts. So, but what I do is I set small goals. I was like, Phil, try to get to his back, or get to your half guard, or do the best you can, or don't give up submissions, or you know what I mean. I just set other small goals. So like I just went with Nicky Rod, and my only goal, Nicky Rod took second at ADCC. My only goal was to not be submitted. I went 15 minutes with him. He had me in 3 submissions. The score was 0-0. 12 minutes out of that match. He didn't score on me until the 2-minute mark. And I felt great. And at the end of the day, my neck was fucked up for a week. But I know he was pissed that he didn't submit this little fucking skinny basketball player, right? So,
dude, that's gangster.
When I go in these matches with these guys, I just pick small goals in my head. I'm used to the high-level pressure. I'm used to Julian. I'm used to Adolfo. And I just set small goals in my head, and I try to conquer that. But if you set unrealistic goals, like I'm going to go out and submit Gordon Ryan. No, you're not. Now you're just going to lose in a devastating fashion. I'm going to go out and take Nicky Rod down. No, you're not. You know what I mean? I'm going to go out and knock out Zingano. It's a stupid goal.
Hey, Phil, we got Bryce Mitchell in. You want to hang in or you want to roll?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Bring him in.
Oh, right, shit. Let's do it.
All right, dude. I'm in the building now. I'm sitting there eating
we got 2 UFC fighters in here.
Bryce, you ever met Philly Fresh?
Of course, absolutely. Now, I don't know if it was in person, but it was over a phone call because I ran into his coach at the PI.
Yo, Bryce has some bars for me, yo. My coach ran into Bryce, and Bryce had some bars for me. I'm gonna post it, but he had some bars for me. It was pretty funny.
That's right. I forgot he made like a country rap.
It was actually pretty sick, bro.
Yo,
I'm gonna be honest. It was better than anything Tyrone Woodley's putting out. I'm just saying.
I respect it because he freestyled too. Julian pulled up on him, and he just started freestyling. It was dope.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, that's what happens. You get 2 brothers with soul, man. We're gonna start freestyling, you know.
Amen.
Oh shit.
So we got 4 brothers with soul now, and then we got Mac Malley as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good deal, brother.
Yeah, just desert.
Hey, congrats on your win, Bryce.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, hey, Mike, I can hear you very well. I can't see you though. I was wondering. There you are. Okay, I can see you now, brother. Thank you very much, man. I hope you got the chance to watch that one. It was, you know, he hit me pretty good. I'm gonna say that, but I'm glad that I came back.
Your grappling is crazy, man. Did you wrestle in the high school?
So I did wrestle 2 years in high school. Yep. The last, so 11th and 12th grade, I wrestled.
Bryce, I watched the back take, right? As a jiu-jitsu practitioner myself, I'm asking you, the key to that back take, was it you pinning your head behind his shoulder?
Yes, when it was that upward lift of the neck was what helped slow, because he was trying to get his arm back around, and I lifted my neck up, and then my legs and arms at the same time. I used to kind of just scoot out the back there, but there were moments in that transition, which was really important for me to get that third round win. You know, there's moments in that transition I thought I might lose it. And of course, he gets in guard, he's going to hit you, you know. So, but the fight that I can't help but to think of was the Bobby Moffitt fight. I was for sure losing that fight, and I took a underhook and came out the back on him. And that fight against Ige reminded me of the Moffitt fight. And it actually, I remember thinking of the Moffitt fight during the Dan Ige fight and just having confidence, saying, "I know I can get this back take," because I knew I hadn't lost it, but I knew I'd almost lost the back take. And I knew if I could get that back take, he couldn't hit me, you know. So, and they'd put him on the defense. But I'm glad you noticed that, because that was a very important battle in the middle of the third round there that I just kept believing, and finally got that back take. When I get that body triangle, I'm in a good spot. Then they're on the defense. There ain't nothing they can do to me.
Yeah, you got some wild, funky jujitsu, man. I wanted to ask both you guys, you and Phil. So I know more about Phil's lineage of where his jujitsu comes from, where the deep line of the lineage of who started it. You know, like obviously the Gracie family started most jujitsu, and then it breaks down in these different professors over the country, and these American guys like, you know, like Central Florida, a lot of South Florida, those guys kind of grapple similarly because the lineages are all connected, and you got that country boy jujitsu like Matt Hughes. You know, he had the wrestling style, but your jujitsu has really taken over your wrestling style, and you're like really funky on the ground. So where does your lineage in jujitsu come from? That's really for both of you guys.
So the short answer is there's when I started training under a guy named William McLaughlin, and back in the day he was a black belt in Arkansas when there was a jiu-jitsu black belt in Arkansas when there was probably, I don't know, maybe a dozen of them or something. You know, this is 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And, you know, there wasn't but a dozen or so black belts in the state of Arkansas. So I started training under him. Now, when McLaughlin started, he there was only one black belt in the state of Arkansas, literally only one in the whole state. And he's from Bald Knob, Arkansas. I'm from Cabot, Arkansas, but he opened up a gym in Arkansas in my hometown. I started training with him, and then we moved up to Searcy running the gym. And but the McLaughlins, they get their black belt from different people. A lot of it is that Gracie spillover, because there's a guy named Max Bishop. I don't know if you've heard of Max Bishop before, Mike and Phil.
I don't think so.
No, who is he?
He's the most knowledgeable footlocker on the planet, and I mean, it's dead serious. Like, his name is Max Bishop. He is the most knowledgeable footlocker on the planet, and but he lives in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And Willie trained under Max. Of course, for me, the footlocks is all about just get out. You know, I don't want to play footsies. You know what I mean? I don't fuck around with the feet, dude. It ain't for me. And different strokes for different folks, but I'm trying to get my leg out of there. And I have a lot of that good leg lock defense from Max Bishop. But Max Bishop is world renowned. Eddie Bravo goes to Max Bishop on footlock defenses. You know, even Eddie Bravo will tell you that Max Bishop is very good. Of course, and I got stuff from Eddie Bravo along the way. But there's been so many people, Mike, that just I'm blessed to have come in contact with, and I know that right there is proof of God to me, because of the things that I've seen in my life that I have no control over just working out well for me.
Yeah, man, it's
Bryce,
definitely looking great on you.
I think I'm a big fan of yours, man. And the thing about Phil, I'm not Hollywood, man. Like, there's a lot of guys in the UFC. I'm not Hollywood, bro. I'm not Hollywood. But the thing about these UFC fighters, they get in that position, and then they move different, right? I know so many of these motherfuckers since before the UFC, and then when I'm around, they move different. Me, if I like a guy, I'm a fan. I'm always a fan. I don't care where I'm at in my career, and I've always been a fan of your style. And I remember I found this very interesting, and you could probably elaborate because you're the guy. I don't know how true this is, but my teammate who is in the UFC as well. He likes your style. He said, "Man, I talked to Bryce and his coach, and they told me how he trains, and it's so crazy." He said, "You train one session a day for as long as you can go." I don't know
Yeah.
how true that is, but that's what he said. So he's like, and I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Dude, I don't know." They told me, and he trains one time a day for as fucking many hours until he's done. So whether that be an 8-hour day, a 5-hour day, you train in one setting as much as you can go.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it varies in intensity, and so that's why you get different times of training. But I don't like to do a timer on the training. I will, and some days it's not very long, but some days, I've gone 20, 30 rounds. I've lost count of the rounds before on a good day where nothing's hurting and I'm plenty hydrated and everything. But I like to go to a muscle failure, like till my hamstrings will start cramping. That's how I know I'm done for the day. Your hamstrings start cramping, there's nothing else you can do. You better just go home and start drinking.
That's some country shit.
So what are you drinking, Bryce? Hey, Bryce, when you go home, what are you drinking?
Hey, the best thing I tell you is pickle juice.
Oh, I knew it wasn't going to be Bud Light.
No, I ain't into that shit.
Oh shit, dude! Don't judge me, bro. It was cheap, man. It was the closest thing to the register. Don't judge me.
Oh my!
You drinking
goodness,
Bud
brother.
Light? Oh wow.
Okay.
Don't fucking judge me.
But we've really been waiting. We tried to give you a good entrance, but we've all been sitting here waiting to ask you about conspiracies. Which ones are really, worth looking into?
Well, I mean, just for entertainment value, I'll tell you straight up, most entertainment value you're gonna get, I'll tell you, conspiracy wise. Relevance, not so much. And then I also know some that are more relevant and very important to know and understand.
Those are the ones I want to know about, the important ones.
Important ones. Well, I'll start out with the bullshit ones, and let me tell you, they're probably true. But the bullshit ones that don't matter so much are Michelle Obama's a man and Barbara Bush is a man.
I mean, he is, right, Michael?
So if you look up a picture of Barbara Bush, it looks like my papa.
Yeah.
With the damn mop on his head.
This is crazy, bro. Come on, son.
He went right to the Michelle
Right to Michelle Obama.
That's crazy.
Oh, come on, man.
Dude,
I'm not gonna lie.
What happened is I seen a video of Michelle. I mean, I've been calling him Michael because I'm convinced it's potentially a guy. I seen him on Ellen and his dick swinging around. I said, my goodness, that dude, look at that dude, And
I'm gonna
so,
say something. I'm gonna say something I should not say.
I saw more poof in her dress than I've seen in my fucking pants. I know that much.
that's
I
what
think
I'm
it was
saying.
pretty good size. I think it was pretty
I
good
know
size.
damn well that's got to be a dude, so that's the entertainment of the day right there. But the more you look into that one, the more convincing it gets, the more it'll scare the hell out of you. But the more important one, of course, is what I firmly believe, and I'll just go ahead and say it just to get it out there and fully answer the question, which is I do believe that the Earth is flat, that we're covered by a dome.
Oh,
That's what I want to hear about. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear about
That's
this.
the one
firmament.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do believe in a firmament. And here's where I want to start with this is that I know it appears that I'm in the minority, but I'm in the majority opinion on the flat earth being in a dome. If you look at ancient texts and ancient scribes, things, different cultures throughout the course of history believed that the earth was flat. And there's old maps to suggest that they knew that there was an ice wall. So
what difference does it make whether this bitch is flat or round?
and so
What does it matter?
And so that's the most important question that you have to be able to answer. And that's why I'm perfect to talk about flat earth, because I can perfectly answer that question. And that question is the most important question. If you can't answer that question, none of this shit matters. And I'll tell you why, Mike, is because I
Does the
believe
rich people really live on the other side of that ice wall with
that's
the aliens?
also, that's potentially possible. But there was a guy who said that he flew over the ice wall, and he died a year later, and they made it illegal to fly where he flew. But
Wow.
yeah, but his name's Admiral
You
Byrd.
gotta buy a plane, Bryce. You gotta go.
Dude,
gotta
I'm down
go
with
fly
you,
over
brother.
there, man.
I'll go with you. I'll go.
I'll go with y'all.
When
But,
my kid's old enough, I'll ride passenger seat on that flight.
Mike Perry Bryce Mitchell tries to
but-
fly over ice wall. Y'all gotta have fun with that. I'm not trying
Mike
to
Perry
Bro.
flies over Antarctica.
Fuck
Here's the
that.
thing: is that if the Earth is proven to be flat, then it indicates that the Bible is correct.
So-
The Bible has a bunch of references, such as the firmament. Now, in the Bible, in Genesis, it says that the firmament separates the waters from above from below. So, the sun and the moon would exist
Space
inside.
water.
Yeah, there's basically water up there in space, and
Space water. Yeah. But wait,
shoot.
though. Does the firmament separate Antarctica, the ice wall, with us in here? Is there more than one, or does the firmament cover over? So you're not gonna fly over Antarctica and hit the firmament. You're gonna fly over Antarctica and go into the other part of the firmament.
So Admiral Byrd and multiple other people that flew to the ice wall said that they could see the firmament from the location of the ice wall. And the reason I think that is because it is most likely shaped in an arc. Okay, and when you get closer to the edges, the walls of the firmament get more vertical. Now, a good indication of the shape of the firmament is an actual rainbow. And that's why rainbows have a curve, because it is a perfect reflection of the firmament, which is a dome. Now, if everybody knows, if you take a prism and shine white light into a straight prism, it will come out straight the other side. But when you see a rainbow on planet Earth, that's a prism in the shape of a dome, and that would be the shape of the dome. Is it would mimic what a rainbow looks like, that arch trajectory. When you got closer to the sides, you could potentially be able to see them. And as far as anything trying to go through the firmament, I do believe that there was something called Operation Fishbowl, where multiple explosives were fired at it by the United States government, and that's called Operation Fishbowl. But
I can look up Operation Fishbowl.
But the rainbow thing, you can go to a rainbow. Like you can fly through a rainbow. It's just condensation with the rain and the clouds and the wetness in the air and the sunlight that creates this color because when you take mushrooms and you start seeing colors and shit.
Hell yeah.
See rainbows in your eyes. The world is just full of that shit. Because space is weird. We all just floating.
Absolutely.
I don't know, man.
But something has got to be giving that rainbow that unique curve. And I believe that's
it's a reflection, you're saying?
Yeah, refraction of the firmament. I do believe
just to let everybody know, we've got a solid conversation going between Mike Perry and Bryce Hall on the firmament and the rainbow and the condensation and the fragmented lights, and I fucking love it. I fucking love it.
Well,
so
keep going.
We could dive deeper into that, but he actually had a question for you, Bryce.
Yes, sir.
And I think it's about fruit.
Yep. How are your fruit trees doing?
Well, my mom actually
the crazy girlfriend was gonna kill the fruit trees.
Yeah, she got me good. She got my good trees, but my mom, while I was out of town, got me some plants from the nursery. And dude, while I was out of town, my mom came back and replanted all them ones. My mom wouldn't let her.
What kind of fruit was it?
But yeah, I lost a real good pear tree.
Oh, it was a pear tree.
Sorry about that.
We're sorry for your loss.
Phil, you ever had a pear?
Yeah.
You like Rick Ross.
You like peaches more.
I'm Jamaican. What we call pear, you guys call avocado.
Wait, what?
So Jamaicans,
shaped the same. They're
Confused now.
So Jamaicans, we call.
I thought you were saying pear, but in a Jamaican accent, like give me the pear. Give me the pear.
Them call it pear. So
They
you
don't
guys
call
call
it
it avocado.
avocado.
You will never hear Jamaicans say avocado. It's pear.
So what the fuck did they call a pear?
I don't think they
I
have him
was
there.
wondering that myself.
Hey, so what was Rick Ross eating when
That's
he
the
lost
beer.
all that weight?
I'm eating pears.
He was like, yeah, he was pretty clear.
Right,
He was like,
yeah.
pear. I was like,
Pear.
It was definitely a pear,
Ricky
right?
Rose.
Had to be a pear.
Y'all
Definitely
ever
wanted
had
an avocado.
persimmons?
Who?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Persimmons?
I'm from Tennessee. I know what a fucking persimmon is.
Oh, they're delicious, brother.
Oh, I've
Bryce,
heard of
look,
it.
Bryce, I need to show you something, man.
They
Let me
don't
show
have
you.
them up in Detroit.
I mean, how do I turn my camera around? Hang
Yo,
on.
shout out to my dad lives on Perry Road in Lexington, Tennessee, man. I used to stay in Tennessee until I was wanted there for a long time. I don't know. I still might be. Who the fuck knows? But that
Let's
shit
not
should
go
go
back.
away after like 10 years.
Let's not go
so-
back and find out.
Yeah, I don't fucking go back because I might get in
You
trouble.
turn the camera around. But I'm
Did
gonna
he
show
ever coach you as a kid, Mike?
My dad, fuck
Yes.
no, he just beat my
Used
ass.
to whoop him. Yeah, I was coaching.
Actually, I had a fight in Kentucky. And it was against Nate Landwehr, Nate the Train.
Yeah, I love that
And
guy.
my dad, it was an amateur fight, no shin guards and shit. And my dad was like, he was trying to fucking hold pads for me for the first time ever during my fight. He's in the back with me, and he's getting on my fucking nerves, man. I'm about to fight Nate. Now I'm more capable mentally of dealing with someone like my dad could maybe be around in a fight, but maybe not. I don't know. He might be too annoying. But I'm arguing with him in the back, and then Nate Landwehr and me were gonna fight in the back. But then I went out there and I slammed him on his head and choked his ass out in the first round. So. And they kicked in the video on YouTube. There's a video of me and Nate Landwehr fighting. You see these people come in front of the camera and they're like pointing at someone. It was like getting people to go and kick my dad out because he was being crazy during the fight.
Hell yeah, dude. You only get that on local shows, man.
He's a street fighter, man. My pops is a crazy guy.
Mike Perry's dad is one of the most epic men I met. He could have his own reality show.
All right, so hang on. Guys, I got a special guest coming on I hadn't told y'all about. I'm going to introduce Oprah Winfrey real quick.
Oh my God.
Bryce, what do you think about Oprah before she comes on?
Man, she ain't got no spine, man. That's what. I know
What'd she do to them people in Hawaii?
Phil's shoe collection.
I'll tell you exactly
Phil
what
walked
she
in the
did.
closet like,
Look at my
They-
shoe
I'm not
collection.
Hollywood.
They went
I'm
over
not
there and burnt
Hollywood.
that
Yeah,
place
Phil
down.
ain't
No,
Hollywood.
it's my
Hollywood.
crib. What do you mean?
Phil ain't Hollywood.
Phil
How
ain't
many
Hollywood.
pairs is that?
Hey, that boy got hella shoes.
Yo,
Oh,
Phil,
my
I can't say
God.
shit. I got a picture of myself behind us. I got a picture of myself
That's
behind us. I can't say
ridiculous.
shit.
I wanted to say something about that. That's just ridiculous. Bryce, this is
That's
studio,
fire,
man.
though. That's just fire.
This
No,
shit's
right
fire,
here
though.
they got the Biggie Smalls, but it's Trump. That shit is fire. No, I gave my wife in my new house. I gave her the big nice closet. She's got all her shit in there.
This is a room. I turned it into a closet. It's a whole room.
Really?
It's a dead ass room. Look, you walk into
different.
my house right here, and then this is a door, and then a double door. Then I just turned this whole thing.
But look, so I gave my wife the master bedroom closet, and then I turned the room into a closet as well. But it's also got like a guest bed in that bitch. I play games in there and shit. It's not set up nice enough to be like a nice enough closet.
That ain't Phil style. That ain't Phil style.
I'll be
Look, about
honest,
you,
I'm
Bryce,
Bryce,
you got
lacking.
it's
some
so
nice
worth
shit with the
setting it up
UFC
because
check?
it consolidates everything, and then now I have a general location just to throw things.
I think me
I'm
and
really
Bryce
Bryce,
probably
lacking.
the
hey,
same on
Bryce, I
this.
want to see
In
your
the
shoe
closet.
collection.
I'm really lacking
many-
in the closet department right now. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I tell you what happened, and this is breaking news too. This is breaking
All
news.
right, right, breaking news.
Breaking news.
My wife
Producers,
is
get
pregnant,
that.
and I'm having the first kid. I'm having a
Oh,
boy,
Hey,
and
go,
yeah,
Bryce.
That's great, bro.
thank you.
Congratulations.
And that's
It's
that's
awesome.
the greatest news ever. I'm extremely excited about it. But
Amen,
now
bro.
I got to get my ass out of the trailer. You know what I mean? Me and Mo Lady, we don't have a closet. We got all of our clothes piled up on top of a dresser. I stay in a 32-foot Dutchman, and I built a gym right next to it, like a little mini gym to train in. And on the other side of that, I've got a house framed up. I've got to get this house finished by March 31st,
Mm.
and that's the plan.
You got
And then
time.
there's
That's
gonna
what's
be
up, man.
there's gonna be a closet in there.
There you go.
That's hard to do with UFC money.
Congrats to you,
Sometimes.
though, man. Congrats.
Brother, I've got the determination, though. I'm not going to stop, and you're absolutely right. But there's just nothing that's going to stop me, dude. I've made up my mind. I'm either going to finish that house or I'm going to die trying. And I might, if I try to do the electricity, I might kill myself. But I'm hiring a guy to do that.
Don't do that, man. Call somebody
just hire
first.
somebody, bro.
I'm hiring somebody on electricity. But
because you want to see that baby.
But hang on, but Bryce, you just gave away $5,000 on your last fucking fight.
Nah, but that's that'll come back, man. That's
the Hawaiian.
Man. God bless you, man.
Hey, that's God could have stopped the fight. You know what I mean? And God's the one who allowed me to keep going. I don't know if y'all seen what I did or not with the eye doctors.
No.
The eye doctors? No.
I'll tell you the story, and I'll just be honest about it. I swayed her over. You know, I do have a natural gift, and I honestly think it's a curse. And it, like I said, it's more of a curse, but I can sway these women. And what they did is they sent a female eye doctor into the cage.
That southern accent, boy.
I put that southern draw on her, and what happened is she came in to check my eyes. She said, "Hey, are you okay?" And I said, "Oh yeah." You know, I kind of acted like, "Why are you even asking?" You know, like I'm okay. You know, responded real well to it right off the bat. Then she said, and I knew she meant business too because I knew that eye was looking bad. So I had to be very calculated in these moments. She said, real quick, "What color are my eyes?" I said, real quick, "Beautiful."
Nice.
Hey, let's go.
And she didn't smile, but I just felt that hit her spirit, and she didn't smile or nothing. And she said, "No, really, what color are they?" And I said, "Blue." And she said, "Okay, honey, I'm gonna let you go." And that was Jesus watching me, because I'm telling you, if they had sent that dude in, that dude would have stopped the fight.
Bro, I was when that happened, I was like, "Oh shit, dude!" Like Bryce still got it. He's still good, but that's right there, they were gonna call that shit. You pulled that off. I was like, Bryce, if anyone's gonna pull that off, it's Bryce. And apparently, dude, that line's epic. That's fucking.
That's an epic line, bro. That's a short that's going viral, bro. That's fire.
Yeah, Bryce.
I needed that money. I needed that money
hitting on fucking the fucking doctors while he's got a baby coming. Giving away money, right? Giving away money. Hey, Bryce, here's what we're going to do from OverDogs. We're going to give you $2,500 towards a real fucking electrician so you don't kill yourself.
Let's go.
What? Let's
do it.
That just really shocked me, man.
Yeah, let's do it. You gave $5,000 of your fucking paycheck away to people you didn't know, right? For fucking Hawaiian fire victims. So we're gonna do $2,500. We'll do half of that, so you don't kill yourself on building the fucking house for you and the baby.
Man, I so much appreciate you guys, and heck, I'll do anything I can to keep a relationship with you guys, you know, and
just keep being you.
I can't thank you enough, man. And so the reason I started giving,
we want to see pictures of the baby.
Yeah, that baby needs a nice place, not this trailer that I've been living in for like 9 years.
That's right.
But the reason I started giving is because I gave my life to Christ. I became a Christian, became reborn. That was before the Edson Barbosa fight, and that was the fight that I started giving back. And I never gave anything to anybody until I gave my life to Christ, and then I felt compelled to, and then I felt a strong urge to study the word and the history of Christianity to try to get a good concept of it. And I had these undeniable urges to give. And I just think it's that Holy Spirit. And thank you guys for giving to me.
That's him, man. That's Ice Bagz over here, man. You a great person. And he just felt it in his spirit to give to you, I guess, and just to help you out, because you helped out a bunch of people you don't know. And we know that you put it on the line when you go out there and you fight your ass off. And you got that baby on the way, man. You got to take care of things. So, and it's great that you found God like that, man. I love God, man. I'm a Christian. I think maybe all of us are here. I can't speak for everybody, but I know I am. And just make it fun. Make sure learning about the Lord and everything. Just make it fun and make it positive, and obviously with God. It's about positivity, but God show you lessons through some tribulations, and that's where you learn the most at. So just make it fun about God, man. Make people want more of God, from you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like you said, there's gonna be tribulations, and that's where you grow.
Sure. That's why we fight, baby.
Hang on.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Bryce, I heard a story, and I don't know if this shit's true or not. Like, I hit everybody. I'm like, yo, Bryce is coming on the fucking show. Throw me some questions, right? And they said this motherfucker wrestled a deer and killed it.
I was waiting to bring this one up. Yep.
Yep, that happened. And
Probably not only one.
All
How
right,
many
I
how many
gotta
times?
I gotta hear this shit.
You ate the deer?
oh yeah,
He
we
bit his
ate
ear
the
off.
deer. We for sure ate the deer. I mean, it was
Yeah,
about
that shit was
probably
good.
120 pound doe, something like that.
Okay.
But not like the biggest doe ever, but definitely not a small one. It was pretty good size. But
Would you rear naked
I-
choke that one?
He probably
Dog,
put
I
it in
was-
a twister.
I was hunting with a crossbow, and I had my scope electrical taped on there, like I taped it on, and I'd zeroed the scope for like 40 yards back at camp, and it was shooting good. But I guess when I got out to the woods, the tape wiggled loose, and I lost my zero at 40 yards. So I was seeing all these deer, and I was shooting and missing, and I'm not kidding you, it's because my scope was taped on. So if it wasn't for me missing, I wouldn't have been able to get the doe. But what happened is I called the doe in for like 2.5 hours, maybe 3, probably more like a little over 2 though. And I've
You
heard
use
people.
you use a hand or a mechanical one.
It was a hand call.
All right, let me hear it.
And
Yeah, let's
yeah,
see it.
Let me hear it. There we
I mean,
go.
I had it's a little thing you blow in, but I lost it since. But anyways, it's sound of a doe, and so I was sitting there calling it in, and people say, hey, you can't. I've heard people say this. You can't call a deer in for 2 hours. That's bullshit. I'm telling you, I've done it. And what happened is the first call, I was very faint, and I just did about 2 of them. And then it responded by walking closer, but then stopped. So I waited like 20 minutes, and I didn't move a muscle. I did it again, and it got closer, and it stopped. And now, I mean, well into an hour, it's moved closer 3 times. And on the 4th time where it finally got up and moved closer, it was sleeping every time. That's why it was taking so long. I was watching it walk closer to me and then fall asleep, and walk closer, fall asleep. Well, it finally got up to me, and then it turned like it wasn't going to walk any closer, and it fell asleep. I took a shot, and I missed because my scope was taped on with electrical tape, and it got out of zero. So I couldn't even tell where I missed. I just knew it was real far. But the doe's at like 40 yards. I'm up in the deer stand, and I shot my last bolt. So I was out of ammo, and I was really pissed off. So I just climbed down the deer stand, and it woke up too. After I shot it, woke up, it got spooked, and then it went right back to sleep. And then that's when I got pissed off, and I said, I'm gonna try to get my hands on it. I really wanted to get some deer meat. I was out there for deer meat. I love that
That's
deer meat.
fucking amazing, bro.
And
I ran out of ammo.
So wait,
so fuck
did
it.
you
What?
jump out of the fucking tree
What?
on
How
the
the
doe's
fuck is
back?
that a thought?
well, I had to
It's
go.
not even a thing. That's
How
never
is that
happened
a
ever.
thought? I'm gonna go put hands on this fucking deer right now.
And so I went real quiet. I waited till it went back to sleep, and I went real quiet down the deer stand. And I remembered halfway down the deer stand, I was thinking, man, I need my hatchet because I do carry a hatchet on me when I'm out there. But I left my hatchet up top in the stand, so I said, fuck it, I'm just going to use my hands. And then I started walking at it when I hit the ground, but I was crawling on all fours to not crunch leaves. So I was crawling like a monkey. And then there was a dead tree pointing at it, so I walked on the dead tree, and it didn't make any noise at all on that dead tree. Like it wasn't leaves. It was a nice solid tree that I was walking on, so it didn't make no noise. It was pointing right to it, so I walked there. But when I got to the end of the tree, I took my gloves off because I figured we was gonna wrestle. And then
Why would you think they're not like kangaroos in Australia? You're not gonna box. You're gonna wrestle here. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. And it was on its side too. It was sleeping on its side. And then I finished crawling all the way up on it. And my mom had just told me, I'm not kidding you, my mom, she has this sense about her that she knows when shit's going to go wrong. And she had just told me all week, she said, don't you get up there close to one of them deer, they'll kill you. She kept telling me that all week. She didn't know that I was going to try to wrestle a deer, but she's like this. If the storm's coming or something, she just knows. She'll text me like, hey,
intuition, man.
storm's coming, you know. But anyway, she's telling me all week, don't wrestle them deer, they'll kill you. She said, if you get close to one of them deer, they'll kill you. Even if you shoot them, you'll go up there to slit its throat, and it'll kill you because it'll just hoof you right in the face, you know, and knock you out and stomp you to death. There was an older guy who got his ass kicked by a deer that year. That's what she was worried about me. And I kept hearing her voice in my head. She said, don't mess with these deer, Bryce. They're going to kill you. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And I slid the choke. And before I slid the choke in, I texted my coach. And I told him to help, you know. I said, I didn't tell him what. I just texted him, help. And he's about a quarter mile away, and he ran over. And when I let go of that deer when he got there,
You said before you slid the choke in. So how did this go down?
You already jumped
How did
on
this
the
go
fucking
down?
deer
I
and
wanna
what
hear
type
that.
of-
What type of choke?
Using context clues, I'm listening. He texted his coach who was further away, so he knew he was going to hold that choke. Until his
Yeah,
coach-
but he
Yes.
said before, he had
Yeah.
slipped it in.
yeah.
So
what type of choke?
When I texted coach, I made sure I was already straddling the deer. So if I woke the deer up, getting my phone out of my
He's
pocket,
texting
it don't
his
matter.
coach,
I'm already
straddling
straddled.
You're
I had-
choking out a deer
Straddling
and
a deer,
texting your coach.
texting his coach,
You
Phil.
mounted
What?
the
Phil,
fucking
he's already
deer?
mounted the
I
deer
was
and
wrong.
texting him.
I was
And
wrong.
he's texting him.
I was with
Yeah,
you, Phil.
and-
I thought the same thing. This is
What
even
the
crazier.
fuck?
What are you doing,
when I
Bryce?
right when I hit send, I seen he replied real quick, and he said okay, because I said help. He said okay, and I knew he was coming, so I put the phone in the pocket, and the deer still ain't woke up at this point. I was texting, still didn't wake it up, and then I slid my left arm in, and I proceeded to choke it to death, but it ran me in a
Did you
circle
choke
like.
a dead deer, man?
And
If
it-
you was sitting on the deer and it ain't wake up.
Was the deer
The
dead?
deer was already dead.
It was either
and you
dead or
choked
Bryce is a
got it.
ninja.
He shot it.
He
had
went
shot it previously
peacefully.
and it was dead.
I
He
think you
went
choked the
peacefully.
chicken on that deer, man.
Now
That's
here's where
crazy.
it gets crazy, because of course coach comes up and coach.
All right,
gets
this is where it
crazy.
gets crazy, boys.
Well,
Boys,
yeah.
this is where it gets fucking crazy.
Well, coach didn't
Go.
believe me. So me and coach start arguing when he comes up, and he says, because this deer has done spun me in a circle about 2 or 3 times by the time he gets there, because her back legs I can't secure. I've got her front legs under control because I've got my legs crossed like that, and I'm flexing my legs and my arms, extending her. But I can't stop her back legs from moving, and they have power in them back legs, brother. And she's spinning me in a circle. So I thought she was alive the whole time. So coach gets there. I mean, she's spinning me in a circle.
You
and
said
she's,
she was
you know,
asleep.
yeah, and coach says, "What are you doing?" I said, I'm choking this deer." He says, "Well, where'd you shoot it?" I said, "I didn't fucking shoot it." And he says, "Yes, you did." He said, "Stop fucking with me." I said, "Dude, I swear on my life, I didn't fucking shoot it." And once again, he says, "Okay, Bryce, good one. Now, where'd you shoot it?" I said, "Rolly, I didn't fucking shoot the deer." I said, "I want you to chop its head because my arms are getting tired." And he said, "Chop its head?" I said, "Yeah, go get my hatchet up in the deer stand." And he was like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yes, and run because my arms are tired." And I had to yell at him. And he goes and gets the hatchet. And when he comes back, we're going to, put the thing out of her misery. And when I let go, all that air came out of the lungs. And so that just proves that she had no air for it took him about 5 minutes to get there. I held the choke plenty long, and the air was coming out of the lungs, and it made that was the last noise it made.
Here's the best part is I thought
What did it sound like?
Hey, I thought when he was telling the story, I thought Phil froze, but Phil was like so into the fucking story that he just looked like he had froze.
Bro.
He blinked like twice.
That shit threw me, man. That shit's crazy.
That's fucking it ain't a bad story.
That is
Coach didn't
crazy.
believe me. Coach didn't even believe me at first. And then
I'm having a hard time keeping these alligators down, boy. I'm telling you, man.
Afterwards, we cleaned the dough up, and everything was going normal. And I'm on one side of the cooler, he's on the other. We got all this meat loaded up, and we're walking out with the cooler. and his foot stumbles across the bolt sticking out of the ground. And he picks up that bolt and he looks over the head of it and spins it around. He says, I don't see any blood on this bolt. He said, you didn't hit it, did you? I said, I fucking told you, I missed. I said, I choked the deer to death. He's like, okay, I believe you now. He wouldn't believe me. He wouldn't
I
believe
genuinely
me.
wonder how many people
Your turn, Phil.
react.
Remember that time you killed a wild animal with your
I
hand?
shot somebody in Brooklyn.
I can't say I have, man. That's pretty fucking
Outside the
epic,
Eagles
man.
game.
And if you've ever seen a deer in person up close, those aren't small creatures. You know what I mean? That's pretty
Nah.
cool.
And they
Yeah,
buck
it was
like
hard-
shit.
I'll
tell
fuck a deer up, bro.
I ain't
need to
touching
see
I'll
that.
that.
beat the shit
I ain't
out
not-
of a
I
deer.
ain't
I need to
touching
see
the
Mike
deer.
box a kangaroo.
I ain't touching a deer. Fuck that.
Mike
fuck.
will bare knuckle box. Hey, Mike, BKFC.
We catch gators in
versus
Florida,
a fucking-
baby.
Versus a
Hell
fucking
yeah.
deer.
Gators got
catching
bites, but they
gators
don't got
out here,
kicks
man.
like deer.
I love some
No.
gator nuggets.
There's these dudes on Instagram. I see these videos. This guy's walking through like the Amazon rainforest or the fucking Everglades, and he's just like, "Oh, look at this fucking black widow," and he picks
He's the
this
best.
fucking.
Oh, that dude. He walks
he
barefoot
picks
around
these
it.
That dude's the
spiders
best.
and dragons
Hey,
up.
he
and
goes,
like,
yoink.
he's like, "Oh, yoink!"
Hey, he goes,
and
yoink.
then the
Yoink.
fucking snake bites his
Fucking
ass,
great.
and he's like, "Oh, this shit's really poisonous."
Oh yeah, white guy.
yeah.
White guy. I
Yeah.
follow him.
Yeah, obviously he's a white guy, Phil.
No.
Damn.
There's a black
Stop being
dude walking
funny.
through the fucking
No,
Everglades
hold on,
picking,
no,
going
Tarzan.
yoink.
Tarzan,
Tarzan,
from
bro.
Florida, black dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Tarzan's
right.
real as fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
I
I thought only white guys were dumb enough to do that
No,
shit.
he ain't doing no yoinking though.
So
Tarzan
wait
does
a
it
second.
with
Is Tarzan white or black?
Black.
no. Tarzan is a black man.
Man, I ain't picking up no black widows. I dated one for 2 years, okay?
Okay.
That was the sex, though, Bryce. The sex was good, though, right?
Dude,
No,
she's
no,
burning
it-
down. Oh,
no.
damn, really? She's
Yeah,
burning trees
hey,
down,
it'll-
usually.
You will always pay for your sin. You'll never get away from it. You'll pay the price. That's all I got to say. I'm paying the price, brother. But that's just what it is. It's a learning experience.
Hold
Let me
on,
say
man.
this
You gotta
real
be
quick.
more
Kid-
positive than that, man. Because you're on top right now, man. You got a big win. You're back in the winning circle. You're headed in a positive direction.
What's next?
It's Philly's turn
Wait,
next.
before we
man.
get into
It's
that,
Phil's
can I say
time
something real
coming
quick?
soon.
I
Who
gotta
you
share my
fight
Right.
next, Phil? Who you want to fight next, Phil?
Wait, before you get into it, Phil, my bad.
No, go.
I need to go grab my beers. You guys know the drill. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
you're
drink-
fine.
Go
brother.
get your Bud
Go
I
get
Light.
drink
Bud
2 beers.
Light.
Shut the fuck up. But I also want to
Yeah.
say this. Just a
Hey,
mental
tuck
image.
Tuck your little wiener in and go get your Bud Light.
fuck up. I'm gonna get my Bud Light.
Okay, peep this though. The mental image. Imagine walking through the fucking woods, just out for a stroll, and you fucking is that Bryce Mitchell over there fucking choking a deer
Choking
out?
the deer.
Can you like, bro?
And the
You
fucking
should have
hind
gone on
legs are just
Instagram
kicking.
Live instead of texting your coach, bro.
Epic.
Fucking hind legs are just kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fuck
you should have told your coach to open Instagram. Man.
Hey, I like how it feels like. No. He was waiting till he hit him before, and then Bryce is like, "Nah, I had him in a chokehold, and I was texting my coach at the same time."
That's crazy. I thought he knew what he was about to do. And he's like, let me hit him now. As soon as I put
Yeah,
the choke in,
that's-
he should be pulling up.
That's what I did. I was straddling the deer. I was still standing. I texted coach. I said, help. I actually texted him help twice just to make sure he'd feel the
Yeah.
ring. You know what I mean? And then when he said, okay, I knew he was running to me. So then I put the phone up in my pocket. Then I
Yeah.
choked it.
Then you triangle that motherfucker.
All while straddling him.
Yeah. Now,
Wow.
when I went to lock in that choke, I turned
Mike
on my
couldn't
side.
choke out my fucking golden doodle if you wanted to right now, and you choked out a fucking deer.
Yo, Bagz, why do you have?
Choke you out
Can you-
on camera.
You
Is
won't
that a-
choke
is
my
that a-
golden doodle
what
out,
is
though.
that?
That motherfucker will fuck you up.
What is that mural on your wall?
That's me, dog.
I mean, but we don't see the full mural. I see like a chain.
Hang on. I'll show
I
you.
will beat a
You're like
dog's ass.
you're like holding a chain. Oh my gosh.
Tell me what that is. It's fucking little John Smith.
Is this
Yeah. The Dave Chappelle, as he had the Little John painting, but it was him.
Oh, okay.
It's the fucking Little John. Ice
Okay.
bags, but this one's crazy.
That one's fire. He got a
Yeah,
coochie
the
on.
Donald.
Is this your
Let's
office or your
go,
living
brother.
room?
What?
Is this your living room?
Yeah, this is my new house, man.
Oh man, congratulations, man! I saw you got
No,
a
this
new
ain't the
deal with
living
that.
room, man. This is like his pantry.
Don't get too fucking comfortable there, Mike. Nah, but it's my home office.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, we got Biggie counting the cash with Trump on the head, and then my wife got me this one for my. Nobody's ever seen this shit. So we've done like fucking 7 shows. I've done like 40 podcasts, and it's always just zoomed in on me, right? So nobody ever sees it. But now Mike came in, it has to zoom out a little bit, and I'm like, fuck. I was like, do we move the painting? Do we not? So my wife got me this for my 40th.
That's a great present.
And so we all, it was like 100 of us in Vegas, right? We show up, we're partying, and she's like, this is what I got you. And I open it up, and I'm like, what the fuck is it? She's like, yo, it's a Little John painting. It's a Little John picture, right? With your fucking face on it, but my homie painted it. Fucking
Fire.
phenomenal. My wife's a killer, dude.
Fire.
You know, the only people, straight up, this is in the Bible, I think. The only people that have painted murals of themselves hanging up in their house are like villains in movies. Like I show up to your house, bro. I'm thinking you're either the biggest narcissist ever or you run some massive cocaine, like something.
I gotta show you my painted mural.
Could be either one, buddy. Could be either one.
I have a self-painted portrait mural thing. It's fucking
I
cool.
bet that motherfucker's ugly.
It's fucking super dope, actually. I had like the mohawk. It was like right before I killed Alex Reyes, before he came back from the dead and then went and just lost again the other day.
Yeah, that was a pretty tough loss.
After like 3-year layoff.
I have one on my dog, but not me because I'm not a narcissist.
For both of you guys, you're in the best position you could possibly be in. You can get whatever you want. What's the dream matchup? What's the dream fight? World championship, world title. It's a pay-per-view. You're the fucking main event type style
Volkanovski.
Volk, yeah.
Volkanovski for Bryce.
Colby.
Volkanovski.
Colby
Okay.
Covington.
And
I like both of those answers.
I think I'm gonna be the one that is capable of beating Volk too, because I think a lot of
you're 55 though, right, bro? Bryce?
45.
He's 45. He's 45.
You're 45.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and he might go up.
Bryce, what do you think about a Ilya Taporia matchup though? Rematch.
I would love that rematch. I just know I would do
What do you
much
do
better.
different? What do you do different?
Well, I show up healthy, and then I
Sure.
kick his ass. I mean, there's certain things that you can feel in a fight where you don't have to have an analyst person. When I get that guy down, he's in trouble. I got him down in the first round with 2 minutes of control time. I know how to feel people when I'm grappling, and I know what I feel, and I know he's not going to get up when I get him down, and I'm going to win the
That was a
rematch.
tough fight to watch, man.
Yeah,
That was
you
a
know, I
tough
looked
one.
like shit that fight, man. I felt like shit, and I shouldn't have been in there, but I learned a
I'm
valuable
surprised
lesson.
See that
And I,
happen that way.
yeah, I think that God's going to basically turn that into a bigger opportunity somehow. And I don't know exactly how, but that loss is going to set me up for future success. I firmly
Dude.
believe it.
In just martial arts history, when you look at it, people that go undefeated up until the championship usually, they obviously have a giant target on their back, and they eventually lose, like maybe defending a title
Who
a couple
has?
defenses in. Well,
Who has done
it's
that?
not common. And the ones that have kind of fall off after they finally lose as like the champion. That skyrocketing shit, like everyone gets a reset at some point. They lose something. They lose a fight.
Who has done that? Cody Garbrandt did that? Did he get
Cody-
there undefeated?
Cody
Yes,
and
he
then
did.
all of
and
a
then
sudden he
TJ
just
smoked
fell
him, and then
off?
look, and then he fucking fell off. This is what I mean.
And
So then
in
people
his
like Bryce,
defense, in his defense, TJ was doped up on
Oh.
the best shit you can get, the EPO, and he dropped him while he was on EPO. He couldn't put him away because that fucking EPO helps you recover. And and then when Garbrandt got beat, it was in such devastating fashion that I don't think he was allowed to recover long enough to come back at full health again. And I think TJ was doping in the rematch. And I think that shit makes your body so much more capable that, Garbrandt just couldn't finish him because of that dope. But that's just what I think on Garbrandt. That's why I love him so much and respect him because,
Garbrandt was phenomenal
yep.
until he fell off.
I remember when he knocked out Almeida. Almeida was like the big new hyped up dude. And I watched that in a tent. I was out hunting.
Who
I fucking found a signal.
Who else has gone undefeated, become the champion? Then
Volk.
no one.
Well,
Really.
nah, Volk.
Volk, yeah. Volk. But
there's
Volk
been a few
before he became champ, or no?
No. That's what I mean. He might have had one, but he'd be like Aldo.
He didn't.
Aldo was one. Aldo lost his very first fight ever, like in Brazil. I mean, it was just some like quick, I think, submission or something. Then didn't lose again until fucking Conor. And then you see. My point is, when you're building up, you're getting there. Longevity of fighters, of people that start off undefeated and then lose before they get the title, they do way better in the long run, statistically. I mean, I don't have them compiled right now, but that's absolutely true. It's almost just like a quick reset. Yeah.
Adesanya was undefeated until Jan.
Yep.
Yes.
True. That's true.
And then look, it's been off and on since.
You got Adesanya being super hyped up, going in, losing that fight. You got here's one that I don't think is going to last long either. And I said this. I was like, Adesanya is not going to last long as the champ. Here's another one I don't think will.
But he did, though.
He didn't.
He fucking
beat Pereira.
No, dude,
time,
Izzy is literally probably he's up there with.
He lost 2 fucking title fights in a year.
Bro,
here's the next one. I don't think lasts long. Here's the next one. I don't think lasts long. Sugar Sean.
No.
Yeah. He knocked out Aljamain on a fucking punch, and I don't think he fucking lasts long. I think there's 6 guys in that fucking division that can beat him.
Marab
I think Sugar Rashad Evans might have been the one who said,
"Oh, dude,
I think Sugar Sean O'Malley stays there for a while." This is what Sugar Rashad.
That's fine. Said. All right, congrats, Rashad. But I don't think it's a fucking thing.
And he has rocked people, but
I don't think it happens.
What's his next fight? Is it gonna be Cheeto? Is it gonna be?
It's gonna be Cheeto.
Is it gonna be the rematch with Aljo?
It's gonna be Cheeto. And if Cheeto fucking whoops his ass again from the number 6 spot, then the whole fucking Sugar Sean lore is gone at that point. It's gone.
That's a good fucking fight, though. I would like to see Cheeto and Sean run it back.
That's what we need. The history.
Sean's undefeated. Yeah. Except for breaking his leg kicking Cheeto. He broke his own leg kicking the motherfucker.
Yeah, but then Cheeto hit that fucking nasty follow-up shot drop. Like that put him out.
Bryce, if he moved up, you'd whoop his ass, wouldn't you?
Well, here's the thing about O'Malley is he's been making a lot of comments about wanting to start a farm. Now, I'm not going to let my ego push me away from a potential ally. And if he wants to start a farm, me and O'Malley would have the perfect farm. And in fact,
I'll start a fucking farm too.
Because
the
thing is in Arkansas, you have so much grasslands for cheap that he could just invest.
Sugar Sean is not working a goddamn farm. I'm just telling you, Sugar Sean is not working a fucking farm, right?
So
he might say he is. He might say he is on his fucking podcast. That motherfucker is not starting a fucking farm, bro.
Could be a weed farm.
Yes, and here's the thing: is that if we could use, say, me and Sean split a farm, I show up and tend to the animals, process them and everything. Okay, I know how to butcher cows, all that. Okay.
And choke out deer.
Yeah, if I have to. And anyways, he brings over the social media team. The money would be made from filming the farm life and he already has the infrastructure of the social media. Those people follow him around with cameras everywhere he goes. We get a farm going, he films it, we make some money off of filming how to farm. The reason that I love farming is because we are at war right now. And Jeremiah 29, it instructs the people to get wives and grow gardens. Okay? And you need a wife to produce offspring and multiply, and you need a garden to feed them. And that's what it's all about. And
hey, Bryce,
hold on.
Bryce,
where's the war?
Well, hang on. You don't know about that. But Bryce, real quick. Hang on. On the wife's side, Mike is happily married. He's bearing offspring. I'm happily married, bearing offspring. You're happily married, soon bearing offspring.
Yes, sir.
What about Mac Malley?
Absolutely.
He's drinking Bud Light.
Drinking Bud Light. He's drinking Bud Light with no women and no kids.
Motherfucker, I got horses and I got dogs, bro, and I live on a fucking ranch.
Alone, man.
And
bro, the
here's
fuck, man.
Here's the thing about our farming is that it's
Bud Light. They put a bunch of frogs in a pot of Bud Light, and it turned all the male frogs woman.
Yep.
I'm just
That's a true thing.
We're doing a social experiment, man. We'll see by episode 20 what I look like. Okay, we'll figure it out.
You're sterilizing.
Well, I don't got. Fuck it, Bryce. Finish your point.
You're gonna be a transvestite by episode 12.
Fuck you, Ice Bags. Fuck you.
So
right, what's
what
war
are we in?
So here's the war is that if they can get all of the farmland and you're eating government subsidized big corporation food, they're gonna control you. Okay, if you're growing your own food, whenever the dollar collapses, it really won't affect you to very much. You'll have your own food. And also, too, when we let these big corporations take over our food, the quality of it degrades. For example, you can't get raw milk where I live, okay? The eggs are not as healthy. The steak is full of vaccines and steroids. And the milk is full of steroids, too. They steroid shoot all these cows up and get these hormones in them to make them bigger. And you can't get, it's so corrupted at the store, you can't damn near get a steak that hadn't been hit with a vaccine or a steroid. And the FDC or whatever, whoever the fuck controls it, the government organization that's supposed to be there for our safety, that's who ensures that we're eating hormone, steroided up, antibiotic infused meat. These antibiotics and these hormones that are in the meat affect us. And so it's just bad quality. But
this is how I know that Mike agrees with you. Because I said, hey, Mike, I said, I'm going to grab, I said, come over about 6 o'clock, man, and I'm going to order some food. What do you guys want? And he said, I don't know, man. They deliver steak. And I'm like,
I said,
fuck it, deliver steak. Now, you shut up.
Steak delivery, that's not
story. I'm telling my
bad.
fucking story. I'm telling my story. You
okay,
shut up.
all right.
I said, deliver steak.
Nah,
Like,
bro.
See,
You
you
don't
know
deliver
what?
good
I'll
steak.
fucking no. Hey, Mike, don't worry, fucking diva. I'll go to the fucking grocery store and pick up some baked potatoes.
I said
and some
caviar
fucking
and
strips.
wagyu.
Hey, put it on
these
charcoal.
strips.
Put it
Guys,
on
I
that
got prime
charcoal.
strips this fucking thick and cooked them for Mike. This fucking
Dude.
thick. This motherfucker is a diva. He don't want to act like it. He's a fucking diva.
Do y'all
You gotta
cook with
feed-
charcoal?
Did you cook it with charcoal? Ice bags?
Trump
Hell no.
Trump
You-
2024 and the dollar doesn't crash and America is rich as can be and we're fucking valid and solid. We're eating all the caviar and American Wagyu, Japanese Wagyu. It doesn't fucking matter where it's from. Trump 2024, baby.
I will fuck all you guys up on the grill. Dead ass.
Wait. Real quick. Take on the grill out of that. Take up on the grill out of that sentence you just said. Drink your Bud Light and say it again. I will fuck all you guys.
I
That's
will
what
do-
you just fucking said.
Watch this. Watch this. I'll do it right now. I'll pinky up and everything. Peep this. Peep this. Peep this.
Bryce, what do you think about Mac Malley drinking Bud Light? Seriously.
Man, I ain't into all of that stuff, man. It ain't
Yeah,
for
me
me.
What do you mean,
buddy.
beer? Like,
Me
bro,
either.
you realize when I
Drink
go to the
whiskey?
gas station, hold on. You know when I go to the gas station, I pick up a fucking 15-pack of some brewskis to come over here and talk to some UFC fighters. I'm not thinking about political statements. Now, maybe this time I should have been like, shit, yeah, I'm going to catch some flame for this because I've drank this the last couple podcasts.
You gotta get some better beers, dude.
Bro, I drink 17 of them. I don't need good beer. I just need fucking drinkable shit. They sell these in 50 or 16-ounce
Bryce, would you
cans.
ever drink a Bud Light?
No, man, that chick's got a dick.
Damn right, Bryce.
I don't understand.
Amen,
people who
Bryce.
drink
Amen, brother.
15 beers.
Amen,
Okay,
Bryce.
I should have put it in a glass. I should have.
I like
avoided
one
this.
or two IPAs.
Do you?
I'm good. One
How many
beer
tequilas?
on a Sunday.
How many tequilas?
I like a lot of tequilas.
IPA
I'm
is like
feeling
a,
good because I might fight Logan Paul. soon.
Man, I would love that matchup.
Yeah,
Dude,
it'd be fun, huh?
What do you
Yeah.
think, Bryce? We were talking about this earlier. There's literally no path to victory. It's the dumbest replacement Logan could possibly have.
Logan.
Like Dylan
Mike.
to Mike
for
Perry, it's ridiculous.
Oh, for Logan.
Yeah,
No
I,
path to victory for Logan.
I think he does not have the footwork necessary to do the evading that he would need to do. It would be
Yep.
one thing if he could just finesse with the feet and dance away and run the whole time and not actually have to fight Mike. But his footwork's not even good enough to run. He'd be really in bad trouble. And I would love to watch that fight.
And he usually fights like
Thank
counter
you.
strikers, so he's not used to people pressuring him either.
Well, Mike has a nice built-in defense, and especially for bare knuckle. Would that fight be bare knuckle?
No.
Would that
He would
favor
fuck him up.
That would
Garrett
favor
Till
you.
said he wouldn't do bare knuckle against me.
Well, man, that would really favor you even more because you would just,
Yeah.
that would put you just needing to land one shot, and he's never been hit as hard as what you could hit in one
with
shot.
the boxing gloves, he would have a little bit of defense.
Well, it just take you a little longer, but it'll be the same outcome.
Look, Bryce, let me explain this real quick. By this point in the podcast,
You
usually
fucking said some shit to
Mike
me.
and Bagz get pretty wasted because they're,
I haven't been drinking. I've been training with Roy Jones Jr. down
yeah, but
here.
you're letting him fuck with you too, though. Like, if you're
'Cause
around drunk
he's
people,
drinking.
you'll get.
But now
Yeah.
I'm thinking about drinking because I'll beat Logan Paul drunk or not.
Oh, for sure. Probably
but I
worse
am
drunk.
being a good boy, and so that leads me to another question for you, Bryce. When it comes to if you drink, when do you stop before a fight? If you smoke, when do you stop before a fight? And when you fuck, when do you stop fucking your wife before a fight?
Well, I don't drink because I get straight up retarded, dude. Like I black out.
Okay.
I fought a tree one time when I was a kid.
You're choking out too.
And
You
well,
choked the deer out. You were sober?
the tree was there when I woke up, and I heard about the fight, but didn't harm the tree at all. But dude, I'll smoke a little tobacco, you know what I mean, and pretty much do that whenever I want. And shoot, that whole not nutting before a fight, I've started doing it.
Wait, you're doing
Oh,
what
you
they call
definitely
semen
have
retention?
legs in a fight when you don't nut at least like 5 days.
Oh, bro.
I've been waiting
Yeah.
a couple weeks, and I think at the very least it pisses you off.
It does. It gets you all riled up,
You
man.
got your legs under you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever fucked the day of the fight and you went out there and you're in the second round, you're like, damn, my legs are feeling heavy.
Well, I can't remember if the second part was true, but I do remember the first part.
Dude, it just takes out something out of your drive, man. You're just not as driven, It's like, why do men earn money and fight in the first fucking place? Usually,
Yeah.
if there were no women in the world, there would be no war, probably. There'd be no war. Everyone would it would be communist. Like, we would just all, take that. Yeah, whatever you need. I'll fix your car. Bring me some steak. It would be just bullshit. Dude, women. So if you satisfy that goal right before a fight,
You already started.
Yeah, I agree. I've been holding it back
We
for
were
a
just
couple
talking
weeks,
about-
just getting nice and pissed off.
I'll do that just for dating, bro. I'll be like, I got to be amped up for this date right here. I'm gonna. I got a question for you, Bryce.
What's that?
Because it was funny as fuck. Well, it wasn't funny. I mean, it was funny. It was cool. But when you dropped Edson Barbosa, what went through your mind? Because I was like, oh shit. I mean, homie's got hands, but Edson Barbosa, one of the prime, dealer of hands in that division. You drop him, and I'm like, oh shit, dealing with a new monster now. What'd you think?
I was wondering if he was rocked at all. When I got a hold of him, it pretty
like it?
close after I realized he wasn't even rocked. He was just dropped. But he still had his wits about him and had full defense. And then I realized that it was going to actually be hard to secure that takedown. So I remember after I dropped him, putting a lot of energy into that takedown and realizing that he was all there. He wasn't dizzy. He wasn't disoriented. He was off balanced. And so that I had to work really hard for that takedown, but it was perfect for me. Get him a little bit tired because when he got up, he was a little bit slower.
But like, did you, were you like, oh shit, I just dropped him? Anything like that?
I mean, I didn't really expect to drop him off the first good combo like that, but I mean, it happened pretty quick, and I remember not wanting to. What you don't want to do is charge them way too quick. That's rookie mistake. You drop somebody, then you charge them real quick. They could
blow your load.
Yeah, exactly. So
He's not a sleeping deer.
I was pretty patient, but I was also surprised by the fact that he went down on the first combo. But like I said, he leaned back and thought he was going to get out of distance. And then I jumped a little bit further, like I leapt into the shot. Sometimes when you punch, you hold your ground. But on this one, I leapt forward and threw it. And so I just got him off balance.
Was it a left hook you hit Barboza with?
It was a right hook and then a straight left. But
Dude, he went down.
Yeah, I was southpaw.
Are you a righty or a lefty though?
You switch back and forth?
I do switch. But I do more southpaw.
What hand do you write with?
Right.
Both? Are you ambidextrous? Oh, you're a right-handed fighter that switches to southpaw.
Dustin Poirier style. Why do you do it? Because you generate more power with your indominant hand with your hips?
I think I'm harder to punch from southpaw. I think.
I have minimal training, but I'm ambidextrous, but I would always do southpaw for that reason. My left hand's not that strong, and it just felt way more natural, right? I could use my hips to throw the left hand, which is not as strong,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I started out doing orthodox, and then for whatever reason, I started.
It feels weird.
Yeah, but all my amateur fights, I had 14 amateur fights. I did them all in orthodox.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, I didn't go southpaw.
Yeah, I feel like when you do. I mean, even in boxing, it happened. Like Mike Tyson, to me, the way he would boom, boom, and then he would hop he would end up southpaw, and then he would kind of hop over and hit you with that power left hand. But they never really called it him switching to southpaw. But I watched, and I was like, he's switching.
Yeah.
And then he would hit you with the power left. And a lot of MMA fighters do it because you could do things like spinning back fists, or MMA fights get so wild with the takedowns or trying to dodge knees, or the switching stance just kind of happens, and then you learn to strike from there.
Yeah.
And there's some good stuff from there.
Mike would he'd pick a side and then he'd go double up. He'd hit you with the rear hand twice and then weave to the other side and then double up on the other side. He'd do hook to the body, uppercut. But he would, every shot was devastating and it was varied. It was high low, uppercut, hook. You didn't know what was coming there in the pocket, and then you add in the angles and that peekaboo style. Now he's hard to hit, and every time he peekaboos, he could throw an overhand off of it. Just phenomenal stuff.
So you're a boxing fan then, apparently.
Oh, yeah, I love watching some old school Mike Tyson. My favorite boxer was Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea, that sounds familiar.
Who's your favorite boxer?
Mike? Pernell Whitaker.
Oh, Pernell Whitaker?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Philly Fresh looks like fucking Pernell Whitaker, man.
Yeah.
He does look like him.
Dude, I love that.
I like Sugar Ray Robinson, man.
Yeah, brother. He had some soul. He had some rhythm.
And Roy and Mike. Roy, Mike, Sugar Ray.
Yeah, so Bryce don't even know this.
You got to get down here and work with Roy.
Bryce, we've been down here. So Mike's been down here the last 3 days working with Roy Jones Jr. And training with him, sparring with his guys, doing all that shit. So it's been great.
Guy, man.
Man,
But I'm a boxer.
Hey, I'm not too far down the road from you. I'm on the Florida Gulf Coast.
Well, dude, holler if you're in Searcy. I mean, just come by. I'll show you the facility. I'm almost.
No, man, you need you and the baby mama and the baby.
We need
y'all need a trip to the beach. Y'all need a trip to the beach. Destin in the Gulf of Mexico is a beautiful fucking beach.
That's what she wants.
No, fuck that. We all go out there. And we spend a weekend helping Bryce build his house, man. And I know neither of you guys are good at that shit. I'm from the desert. I'm from the country, too. I got horses and a ranch and shit.
Hey,
I'll come out there and help.
When this electrician is done, that's when I'm going crazy, because then it'll be the last thing that I have to hire somebody else for. I'm qualified to do all the other stuff after the electrics is in. I used to paint houses for a living. When I was 16 years old, a Vietnam vet took me in and taught me how to paint. And this dude, man, he was old school. He didn't give a fuck. First day on the job, I got high as a kite, brother. And now he didn't mean to, but he just forgot that I was working with chemicals. The guy that I was working for, he actually developed an immunity to lacquer thinner. I mean, he could actually huff lacquer thinner and not get high. And if y'all have worked with lacquer thinner, you know that shit's pretty strong.
Max tried it. He hasn't built up an immunity, but Max tried to.
Dude, I put some in my Bud Light every time.
Well, brother, it'll have you gone for a doozy. Because I remember my first day of work, I was working with lacquer thinner for my Vietnam vet buddy. And, dude, I was so high and I didn't know what was going on. And I had to go outside and air out. But ever since that day, he taught me how to paint. So I've done carpentry.
Man, I grew up in Flint drinking lead water, and my room was full of black mold. Dude, I swear to God.
Then your immunity's probably through the roof on the bright side.
Oh yeah, man. That's why I got this chin, man.
Do you know how good my immunity's off the charts too? Yeah. Dude,
I ain't been sick.
Yeah, since
I don't ever
I don't know
fucking
about
get sick.
that. I be getting sick.
It's
sometimes.
Mike Lead, Perry.
I'm such a bitch
Mike-
when I'm sick too.
Yeah, I bet you are. I bet
I
you
think
are.
I've had the
Tori
flu
told me
one
she
time
said,
in my life.
Babe, give me some chicken noodle soup.
Embarrassing.
Dude, when I just got back from the Dominican Republic, we did a karate combat card out there. I don't know if you've seen that before, but we did a card out there. And the first fucking day, bro, I'm meeting some of the marketing team, and I'm like, yo, we say something, and they go, do you have bottled water in your room? I'm like, no, why? They're like, you're not drinking the tap water, are you? And I was like, yeah. And they said, oh, don't do that. It's like Mexico, bro. You're going to get sick as fuck. No, didn't get sick. Drank like 3 bottles of that shit, didn't get sick. So
you went to Dominican Republic?
yeah,
And you
for a
drink the
week.
tap water?
My old lady
didn't
was
get
just
sick.
asking me about that. She asked if I wanted to go to Mexico or Dominican Republic. I said I want to stay in America. I don't trust all those countries. And then she said Dominican Republic was American. And I was like, man, I didn't know
like
that.
They'll like you.
Nah,
Is it
it's
a
not.
territory?
It's
It's
not,
not.
but
Good
it's
thing
like
Bryce.
Puerto Rico
Good
almost.
thing you're not
They're our
falling for
homies.
your woman's tricks.
Well, Puerto Rico is a territory, but
Yeah.
it's still not fucking America.
But they're similar. They treat you nice.
You're
Like,
not supposed to drink the water.
I want
Nah, you don't drink
food.
fucking water.
I want some
Well, I'll
good
tell you,
drink
food.
fucking water.
Only
Okay,
people who
Dominican-
drink Bud Light can drink the water.
Yeah,
I
if
guess.
you
Bro,
drink
this
Bud
is
Light, you
fucked
drink
up.
all the water.
I will never buy this shit again, man. It's
Hey,
not a political
the
statement.
thing
I
is,
want to get
why?
buzzed.
The reason you can drink all the water is they pump all the estrogen into it. So
Oh,
it's just
yeah,
estrogen
yeah.
laced.
Oh,
So
dude,
if you
that's-
drink Bud Light, you're fine.
Full
that
of
explains my
Yeah,
beard,
you're
doesn't
fine.
it? Fuck,
That stuff
fuck
will get you
guys.
out, man.
Just your nuts shrivel up, no big deal.
Okay. All right, guys. Sorry, guys.
About what, buddy? Don't apologize.
What's up, man? We need
All right.
we need
All right.
a way.
Yeah, let's
Wait,
get here.
peep this.
All right.
Bryce, if you want to go to Dominican Republic, bro, we're throwing a card November 3rd. Fucking come out and watch a karate combat card. I'll get that covered.
Dude,
for you.
I didn't
There
know
you go.
you were affiliated with
I
Karate
paid
Combat.
$200
Is
more.
Bass
He
is
doesn't,
Boss
he
Ruth
doesn't
still doing
fucking want to
commentating?
go to that shit.
Oh yeah, dude, he's there. You
Man.
could literally
I
fucking come
went
do
there
content
too.
with
I
him.
went to DR for the Titan fighting for my boy Alex. He fought. Yeah, it was.
All right.
We won. We got
Yeah.
it done.
Watch
Hang
this.
on.
Bryce, if you want to come and do a training session with Boss Rutan, do some content with some of the karate fighters, I can absolutely get that done.
Man, what date are y'all going to Dominican Republican?
November 3rd.
Dominican Democrats.
But yeah, I'm not like pitching nothing, but like, dude, yeah, it's funny
November-
you said your
no-
wife said that. November 3rd.
November 3rd. Okay.
We're going to have another card. So we can get you out there a couple days before
Guys,
just
just
to do some
understand,
fun stuff and hang out with
Max
Boss
Stigler
Rutan.
drinks Bud Light, so
I
if
gotta
you end
do
up
a
in the
honeymoon.
Dominican Republic with him,
Man, fuck.
you know how it ends
Don't
up.
go
I
there.
don't know.
Go to Destin.
I'm just saying, if you end up in the Dominican Republic, you end up with Mac Malley drinking Bud Light somewhere in a.
They
in
don't
a
have
dark
it there, bro.
corner. I
You
don't know.
drink Presidente there. Shut the fuck. Bryce, don't listen to them.
Well, y'all
They're
already know
obviously
who's
impaired.
going to make the decision. She's going to make the decision.
You damn right.
She gonna pick Destin.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
might.
you want to go to the beach? You want to go to the
I'll-
beach? You want to go
I'll
fucking
send you the
drink
resort.
Bud
The
Light?
resort
already
we
said-
stay out.
She
You know
already
what they
said
call
it.
the beach here? Remember when Conor McGregor said murmur? That's the name of the beach here. Is Murmur Beach.
This is the
Miramar.
exact conversation that we had today. She said, so where do you want to go for the honeymoon? And I said, what about the Ozark Mountains? I want to go out in the woods and just like live in a tent for like 3 or 4 days. And she said, absolutely not. Why in the fuck would you think I would want to go out in the woods? And nobody normal does that. And I mean, she's offended by my answer. I said, well,
yeah, she's fucking right, Bryce.
I said,
It's a honeymoon,
no.
bro.
Fucking right,
Give her paradise.
And then,
that's a clothing company that I'm trying to come out with called Paradise. Get it?
there you go. There you go.
Give her paradise, man. Come to Destin, Miramar Beach.
Well, that's basically what was concluded by the conversation. She proceeded to tell me, after asking me where I wanted to go, she proceeded to tell me I have no option and we're going to a beach.
That sounds
Hey,
like
welcome
a
to
good
married
woman,
life.
man.
That sounds like married life.
That's the truth.
good. You're good. You're good, buddy.
Just
Sounds like
learn,
married
just
life.
learn to go with what she says, and
That's right.
everything will build itself.
Yeah.
This is why I'm
Exactly.
32
So
and
I'm
still
going
single.
to the beach. Aloha, brother.
No, she said that he has no choice. It was either Mexico
Yeah.
or Dominican Republic. And I would say Mexico is actually like an okay
Mexico's fucking
vacay
dope.
destination.
But you got to go to the right spot because Mexico's big. You can go
All right,
anywhere.
Bryce, quick question
Uh-huh.
before we get off. How big do you think Michelle Obama's dick is?
Dude, it's
Dude.
bigger than mine. I'll tell you
I
right
agree.
now.
Can I tell you guys something
on
in
a
confidence
warm
when
day,
we talked
it's
about this
bigger than
earlier?
mine. I've seen it on the Ellen show. I tell you right now, if you type in Michael Obama Ellen, you'll see him dancing on the Ellen show, and you'll know something ain't right.
Can I be dead
And how
ass with
big?
you guys?
Flaccid. You think like 4 or 5 inches flaccid?
At least.
Damn, that's pretty good size, boys.
I mean, that's why it was a dead giveaway. It wasn't no pantyhose or nothing like
yeah,
that.
no, I agree.
You know, like
I don't know, man.
now I'm not usually into that type of stuff, but you know, I had to watch that because I had to see with my own eyes if I thought it was a dude. After watching that shit, I can promise you, Barbara Bush is a dude too. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to say,
No, you hush. I'm not into that shit either. I'm not into that shit either. Listen, but when Mike told me that Michelle Obama had a pretty good sized dick and he'd seen it a few times, I was like, all right, well, I'll fucking, I'll watch a video or two. So he sent me a couple videos. And
listen, don't go
I'm like,
full
damn.
Diego Sanchez with the conspiracy theories and everything like that. You can have some beliefs, disbeliefs. I don't fuck with the vaccine, but don't go full retard.
Mike got vaxxed
No,
this
I
weekend.
didn't. I didn't mean to say that Diego was. I like Diego, man.
Mike
but
got vaxxed this
he's
weekend.
a little out there.
Here's another one. Do y'all believe in the chemtrails, that they're spraying stuff in the atmosphere to affect the weather?
Yes, tell us about it.
I do believe
That's
it.
why the airplanes leave those trails.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
yeah.
yes.
I don't know. Sometimes
That's
maybe.
mosquito spray, man. They
Yeah.
keeping them.
Shit.
They killing
Sometimes-
the billions of mosquitoes that got. I saw a video. A mosquito had a serial number on it.
Yeah.
Bill Gates released billions of mosquitoes in Texas and Florida.
Yeah,
man.
Mike,
And there was
we're
the
driving
first
in the car.
I don't
Listen,
see him,
Mac,
though.
Mac, listen, we're driving in the car, and Mike looks at me and goes, "Yo, I'm watching this video, and this mosquito has a serial number on it." And I'm like, "Hey, I'm looking at him like this.
Yeah. And
Hey," and he goes, "Man, maybe I don't know." Hey, he goes, "I don't know, maybe this shit ain't real." And I'm like,
Man, you know what tattoo you should get? You should get the barcode.
These motherfuckers.
"Shut up! You
man,
talking about a
bro.
fucking mosquito
now,
with a serial killer?
that
Shut up."
the first malaria reported deaths occurred in Florida and Texas not too long ago. So Florida and Texas never had malaria until Bill Gates started funding mosquitoes.
No, it wasn't never. They said within the last 50
You're
years or
absolutely
something.
right.
20
Yep.
some years.
Yeah.
But-
They had been eradicated.
I didn't see anything.
50
I just,
years.
you know what the truth is with all this conspiracy shit, it's all shit I hear through the grapevine. It's not
Now,
nothing I see.
now
It's never in front of my face.
Besides mosquitoes.
let me tell you a
Let
story.
Bryce fucking talk.
Mike, I
'cause
gotta
he's
tell
the
you
only
this
one
one
with any
story.
knowledge on this shit.
This is firsthand knowledge on this particular incident,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm not trying to say that you can just change your whole worldview off of this instance. But I know a guy. I know his name. He is a neighbor. He comes over and helps me, and I know where he lives. He's a very nice guy. lives down the street from me. Now, I grew up in the woods in Arkansas playing in the woods, and we always got bit by ticks. And it's just part of it. You pick the tick off, and usually nothing gets you. There is that Lyme disease. But now there is a tick in Arkansas that was never there when I was a kid. And I'm telling you, this is a tick that bites you. And then the next day when you go to eat beef, you start violently throwing up. It is a tick that makes you allergic to red meat. And I believe that I personally know somebody who has been affected by that. I could produce his name. Obviously I won't just because, but he's a good friend, a trusty
What
neighbor.
about evolution though?
And it could be something else. But here's the conspiracy, Mike, is that they put the meat allergies and ticks, and they put malaria and mosquitoes. And those are so just stay on the watch out. And if you start hearing somebody that got bit by a tick and has a red meat allergy, then you know what I'm talking about. But my neighbor, he's cool, but he can't fucking eat beef, bro. And he grew up hunting his whole life, never had a tick problem. About 4 years ago, he was bit by a tick and could never eat red meat since. He still eats chicken and shit though. But there is a tick that now bites you, and you are allergic to red meat. And I personally know about that. Yeah,
real quick.
Real.
I think Mike may have been bitten by this fucking tick.
I just had
seriously. Because I just gave him some steak, and look how swollen his face looks on camera right now. Because he looked good before we got on here, and now his face looks fucking swollen. It's a little
the
flabby.
muscle I've grown from blocking punches
a little flabby, a little bit. I don't know, man.
I can't believe y'all don't put steaks on charcoal.
No, dude, I know they're fucking poverty, bro. They don't know how to cook, bro.
Y'all gotta
you and me would fucking cook. We would cook the shit out of good stuff.
These two live in fucking trailers. They know about poverty.
It does take a long time, Mike, but that's the only disadvantage is it takes too long.
I know it tastes good though. I like charcoal.
I love it. I'm
not good at cooking on it.
Reverse sear it on a charcoal grill, bro. Get a job.
Bryce, give me now the craziest fucking conspiracy you got.
Wait, no, we're not. No. You can't just
one.
keep jumping.
I'm talking
from
about
shit.
like adrenochrome. They're fucking sucking adrenochrome out of each other's kids.
Adrenochrome is happening, and we know that. And
no, explain what it is, because I'm not that familiar with.
What is that? With the billionaires cook people's children when they kidnap
something like
that?
No.
Watch, let Bryce explain.
They just suck right now. Spinal cord.
I'll tell you
like
what.
Stem cells?
No. Adrenochrome is stem cells on steroids, Mike. It's the next level of stem cells. Adrenochrome is concentrated in the blood of children. Now, that is a fact. That is a medical fact. You can't out-debate me on that because it's just that's not a conspiracy. It's known that children have high levels of adrenochrome in their blood. What adrenochrome is, it's the closest thing we have to an anti-aging drug. It is just to preserve the child's body. And the reason I reckon that God made adrenochrome is to protect his most precious creation of all time, which is his children. Adrenochrome is in high levels in children and not so much in adults. Now, the only time that adrenochrome is active in a child's body, which immediately begins a healing process, is if the child was extremely scared or under some type of physical threat or stress. So basically, they're torturing children and extracting adrenochrome while it's high in the blood.
There's cartoons about that shit.
Yeah,
and I scare people, and it fills up the
Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc.
Oh,
bro.
yeah,
what the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? That's literally what that movie's about.
When you torture a child,
1,000 children in September disappeared in Ohio.
Dude, I saw that too, man.
Probably near cave systems too. A lot of kids go missing near caves, which is weird. But
cave,
yeah, some caves. I think there's some funky shit going on in these caves. I don't trust those caves, man. I don't mess around with no caves.
Why do you want to go to the mountains on your honeymoon?
Well, I mean, I would bring a couple guns.
Go save some kids.
Now, hey, speaking of, you know what this makes me think of?
Yo,
45.
My mom, she was chased by a cult when she was a kid.
Yeah.
She got a brand new Volkswagen Bug, y'all got to remember a Volkswagen Bug back in the day. That was the best car. It was reliable.
That was a tank.
It was
bro.
a tank
Yeah.
back in the day. So she
That
got
was military technology from the Germans. Well, the bad one.
Exactly.
But you get what I mean.
And so she got her first Volkswagen Bug, and she got my aunt and her friend named Peggy, and the three of them were joyriding, and they were in Hot Springs going on dirt roads, and they went past the sign that said "Do not pass," private property, and they seen people in full white robes. They went up over a hill, and at the top of the hill, they saw a cult doing a ritual. People are out there like that.
Dude.
And anyways, they got out of there. They were chased on foot, but my mom, she's never changed that story, dude. I firmly believe it. And if I'm out somewhere in the woods, that's the one thing I don't want to fuck with is any of these cults. If you come across them,
There was just a bunch of Nazis in Orlando.
yeah,
Where
because
I live. That's where I live in Orlando.
after World War II, the higher ranking Nazis were allowed to live and actually come work for the United States government.
Oh, dude, the Canada thing. I
This
just
is
saw it the other day.
crazy.
Holy shit.
You
The
had
Canada
no
thing.
idea.
How they
You had
applauded
no
that.
idea
Did
any
you
of
see
that
what
shit
I'm
was
talking
going
about, Bryce?
No, what
yeah.
happened in Canada?
Fucking done.
So in Canada, I'm not like
Ignorance is bliss,
I'm
bro.
not a super like
Remember when you
political
told me that
person,
the
but I
other
have
day?
my beliefs, of
You said
course.
ignorance is
I
bliss.
believe
Now
it.
look
This
at
this
it.
is
Now
this
look
is
at
I'm
fucked.
not gonna remember any of this shit.
it. It's fine.
I don't care if they don't hear us. I told you they get drunk. All
Go
right,
ahead.
peep this. Here's what happened. Did you guys see what happened in Canada?
No.
They literally brought in to like their Congress or whatever, like their highest courtroom, whatever you fucking call it, has the president in there, all that shit. Like what's that called usually?
The prime minister, the
Parliament.
parliament.
Parliament. What
Yeah,
the fuck are you talking
Parliament.
about?
Yeah,
Let's
Parliament.
go.
Yeah,
Speed it up
motherfucker,
there, Bud
Parliament.
Light.
Shut the
Hey,
fuck up,
Bud Light,
drunk ass.
speed it up, buddy.
All right, peep this. Okay, so they brought in an actual Nazi to promote the war against
They
Russia
clapped
in
him.
favor of Ukraine and saying this is a Ukrainian fucking war veteran from World War II who fought the Russians. And everyone, and I went, dude, wait, hold on. Even without a caption or anything, I went, fought the Russians? I was like, the Russians fought the Nazis. So they figured it out immediately, bro. This is a vetted fucking Nazi they brought into the Parliament of Canada, and all of them sat there and, oh, so brave. Standing ovation for this motherfucker.
Yeah, and that's that. That's that war I'm talking about. That's why we got to have our own food because we're going to be attacked from within. And
I'm with you on that.
Whenever this battle comes, dude, I'm going to feed the Lord's army, and I'll have enough milk cows, egg laying hens, and steak cows to hold off. So
how much livestock do you got?
I got 19 head of cattle, which for me is good. I mean, I started out the year with probably about 12 head, so I had a good year.
Buying or breeding?
I'm breeding.
I'm going to the liquor store.
Breeding?
Motherfucker, you coming to my house.
Hey, when the
we're all
apocalypse-
going to Bryce's house.
when
My
the
Me and-
apocalypse happens, just come over. I mean, we'll have it all set up. It'll be awesome. We'll have a hell of a time for the end of time.
And then we got Bryce Mitchell at the front. We got fucking Mike Perry at the front. We stick Mike Perry in the very front, right? Because he just fucking goes head into everything.
Or just me with 2 30-packs of Bud Light. Fuck it.
And if he goes down, but Max drinking Bud Lights in the back. We can't allow that.
So I'm the easy target.
We can't
We're
allow
gonna
that
have to
as
fight like the Viet
It's like a
Cong.
productive person of society. You can't be drinking Bud Lights.
Guys, we're gonna be outnumbered about 100 to 1. We're gonna have to fight like Viet Cong. Live out in the woods.
And we're gonna take Mac Malley in drinking Bud Lights.
I'm not joining the fight,
bro,
man.
I'm way
No,
better.
the fuck I ain't. I'm AWOL, baby.
You guys don't even know.
AWOL.
These are 2 city
Yeah,
fucking
AWOL
boys,
shit.
bro.
Come on,
I'm from the
Sergeant
country
Harry.
too. Yeah, bro. We're gonna have to be dragging them around. They're talking
AWOL,
about
baby.
Bud
I'm out of
Light.
there. I'm taking my kids and my wife, and we hiding. That's
Okay.
what I do on Call of Duty. I
They're
go in
not
the house and I plant bomb, and I
He
just
lays
fucking
down.
sit there. I'm
Hey,
camping.
Mike lays
I'm
two.
setting up
He
camp.
Yeah.
lays 2
Yeah.
claymores down. And he lays down. Mike ain't.
I don't
Mike
like
ain't
nature,
shit.
but I
Fuck
camp
Mike.
on Call of Duty. Fucker.
But we ain't taking fucking Mac Malley in and his fucking Bud Light drinking
You are
shit.
so
Right,
bro,
that's what the
I
commies
guarantee
drink,
you I'm a
bro.
better shot
Right,
than
if
you
and
with any
me,
gun.
That's it. Fuck Mike. Fuck Mac Malley. I think it's just you and me.
That's what the commies drink.
Bryce,
Yeah.
who do you pick
100%.
out of us 3? Okay, apocalypse situation happens. Which one of us do you pick?
No. The question is who
that's the question.
survives?
No,
Who
that's
makes
the point.
it the
But
longest?
That's the point. That's what he would pick the
I
longest.
survive.
I know.
I have
you
horses.
don't.
I got guns. I can shoot. I can fucking. I can
You're
probably choke out
gonna
a
be
deer.
out of Bud Light in one day. You're
So then
done.
that's even
You're
better. Then
done.
I'm gay then. Whatever, bro.
I have to
who
pick
do you pick?
Perry. I have to pick Perry.
Excuse me. What'd you say?
Whoa.
That's a
Well,
warrior right
isn't that
there,
the
brother.
point? You need like
You said
I
you're
don't know.
gay? You said, I don't know, I'm gay?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I totally am.
I
don't
Bryce,
even-
what do you want to say to your fans? What do you want to say to your friends,
Pick
and
one of us.
family, and your
Fuck
next?
that. Pick
you
one of
know,
us
and-
to
and where
survive
you want to go
in a
next.
bunker with. No,
All right,
Bryce.
pick one of us. Bryce, I'm telling you this. This motherfucker's been asking me for DoorDash and Krispy Kreme. He's done.
No, we're fucked.
Now he's drinking Bud Lights. I'm pretty much the only fucking one left standing at this point.
What are you
Literally
talking
the only one
about?
left standing.
Stand up. You can't
Hiding
even.
in
You
the
guys
house
have been
somewhere,
fucking.
complaining.
Bryce, can
No,
you
you're
believe these?
done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're
Bryce,
done.
I'm taking the reins right here, bro. Who do you pick?
Well, I picked Perry, but by default, if he does not show up, you are next in line.
Let's
You damn
fucking
right.
go,
I am.
bro.
He's
No,
talking about me. He's
no.
talking about me.
Mac, he's not talking about you,
He's
man.
talking about me.
I was
Who are
talking
you
about
talking
him.
about, Bryce? Let's fucking
You,
go.
yeah.
Talking about me.
No, the one,
No,
that
he's a good
I
choice.
would-
the guy,
I wouldn't
the
trust
guy
That
on
Mike
my
motherfucker's
Perry.
winning now.
I
for
wouldn't
real.
trust Mike Perry for 2 seconds.
That's
that
all right.
motherfucker said, "Hey," I said, "Hey,
I'm
what do
a
you
New
want?"
Mexico
what do you want
version
to
of
eat?
Bryce
I want
Mitchell,
some food.
man.
He
You
said,
ain't
"Some
gotta
steaks.
trust me to
Some
get your
steaks.
ass whooped.
I want some steaks." I was like, motherfucker, nobody
These
delivers
motherfuckers.
steaks. I'll cook you a fucking
I
steak.
ordered.
Would you like me to
Outback
cook you a steak?
Steakhouse
Would you like me to
before.
cook you a steak?
This is why
I've ordered
Bryce would
Outback
pick me.
Steakhouse.
Would you like me to cook you a steak? I cooked you a fucking
Stop
steak.
going back on your word. Hey, yo.
Dude, I tell
Bryce.
you, when you butcher your own cow, though, man, there's stuff that you can get from that cow
Thank
that
you
you
for the
can't get at the
steaks, bro.
store.
Oh no, fuck yeah, dude!
It's
Like
fucking
beef
good.
live round is even hard to find at the store nowadays, man.
Yeah, dude, I
Like that's one of my favorite cuts for making beef jerky.
yeah, I butchered a cow last year. I'm just now getting to finishing it off, and I'm to the scapula on the like the front leg of it, you know, the shoulder, and I put that
I
scapula.
am a pussy.
I put that
I am what I
scapula
eat, man.
on the grill.
Ignore him.
And I cooked that scapula low and slow all day, dude. And it, like the end of that bone it's like tendon and bone, dude. I cooked that thing to the bone. It's so much better, dude. You don't even have that as an option. But I mean, I didn't know till I started butchering cows. You can take the shoulder bone right here, the scapula, and cook that damn scapula so good. You just eat it right off the, just crunch up the fucking bone,
And-
man. Like, dude, I can take a cow. I'll eat the heart raw, the liver raw, right there in the field, dude. I'll take that fucking scapula, cook it on the grill, and I just crunch it up, man. That's my favorite part is that chewy scapula. You get that bone cooked all the way down. It's good, brother.
Dude, tri-tip starting to become popular too. Like that was never popular until like the last couple of years.
Is that
Tri-tip,
tongue?
it's not even.
That's organs.
No, tri-tip's like cut by it's a hefty. It's like a brisket, but a little bit more cartilage, so you don't really smoke it the same way.
Oh, I love some brisket. I'll risk it for the
bro.
brisket.
Okay, we need to fucking me and Bryce need to collab. Fuck you two. Okay, me and Bryce, I need to go over there help him build house. We'll cook. Mike, you can come have a steak. I'll rip you whatever cut you want perfectly. Fuck all these. You know what, dude? This is how many gay beers I drank today.
Look at all
Oh my!
And I'm not even fucked up. I was gonna grab 2 more.
Oh, you're literally Caitlyn Jenner. You're literally Caitlyn
Oh
Jenner.
my god.
Oh shit. Am I as pretty as her?
You're like a mix
Oh,
between
wait,
Caitlyn
wait.
Jenner and
No, no.
Travis Kelce
You guys
right now.
wouldn't let me fucking say it. Dude, I knew people were gonna start saying some shit about Travis Kelce since I cut the hair. Let me admit something to this might be the walk-off of the podcast. I thought Michelle Obama was hot when I was in high school and she was the vice president.
Makes
Or-
way
no,
more
no.
sense now.
Dude,
That's what I didn't want to
Makes
tell
a
you.
lot more sense.
look at his back muscles, bro. You can tell by his back muscles. Like there's a picture of him, Michael next to Obama. You can tell, dude, he's jacked. Like look at his traps and shit.
In the kayaking one?
Yes.
I don't know, bro. It
Yeah.
is what it is, man.
Michelle Obama would fold Mike Perry up in 2 seconds.
Well,
I'd let her.
he'd have a chance. I mean, he looks strong. I mean, shit. The dude is jacked.
Oh, he talking about Michelle.
If
Oh.
No, he's talking about
Mike,
you.
if Michael
No,
could,
he's talking about you for sure. He's talking about you for
now
sure.
bare knuckle, Michael Obama
Yeah.
can't beat.
Yeah,
Mike
Michael
Perry.
Obama would fuck him up. With Michael Obama would fuck Mike up.
Mike Obama would shoot on Mike Perry. I tell you that right now. But
No,
hey,
he's
and
6'2".
equally manly.
Which one of you motherfuckers voted for Biden?
No, I ain't into all that.
Bro,
Are you
talking the
asking
wrong
me?
fucking
Fuck.
group.
No, dude.
You talking the wrong fucking group. Bro.
That's
But-
the
Which
wrong
one of you
group.
motherfuckers voted?
Who the fuck did vote for Biden, man? I haven't met anybody that's like, I proudly vote. I don't get
Well,
it.
they
man.
rigged that shit at the last minute. They did all the
Bro,
fraud.
I watched it.
The electronic voting machines were fraudulent, and
I remember
damn right,
watching
Bryce.
that fucking coverage.
Come on, man. There's no way Biden got 3 million more black votes than Obama.
exactly,
Duh.
exactly.
There's no way that happened.
Exactly.
I will say this:
And
there is
all at
possible
midnight.
because of the
It
way
was
that they tore. Yeah,
And
exactly.
they gave $100 million to Nazi Ukraine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
They're gonna
in
come
Canada.
get me after this shit. I don't know, but people been saying this, so
Nah, we're
Well,
all going down together. Fuck it.
dude. It's
I'm gonna go hide.
it's treasonous, is what it is, man. These people have committed acts of treason, and it's just
But this is all through the grapevine. I'm not seeing this shit in my own life. My life's been pretty all right.
Because you've been in Florida.
well. The thing is that
I ain't seen no mosquitoes.
Yeah.
now I agree there hasn't been a lot of them, and I'm glad that more people ain't fucking dying of that. But it's something to keep out an eye for because, like I said, my neighbor, he does have that red meat allergy. It's not lethal, but he can't eat red meat. But you just gotta be on the lookout for weird shit like that.
Is that because he's missing teeth?
Now he is missing some
Like he
teeth.
can't chew the tender meat?
No, he can chew barely, but he can. But
I gotta look into that. Sounds like the Zika virus.
Barely. Mama, I love you. P.O.P. Hold it down.
Mike's
Okay.
the same way, man. If I wanted to cook that
All right,
steak
peep
for him,
this.
he wasn't eating red
We have
meat
had
for fucking
Bryce's
a
time
week
too
either.
long. You're rich, bro. You don't fucking cook. Shut the fuck up. Like, bro, you literally both. He doesn't cook. Fuck no.
I thought he was gonna call the chef tonight, but no, he threw down on the fucking medium rares.
should have fucking called me and Bryce Mitchell, man. We would have cooked
I
you some
cook.
real shit.
No, I cook. I don't drink fucking Bud Lights. I
Give
actually
me a
fucking cook
source
meat.
of fuel, something to
I
light
cook
on
fucking
fire,
button-
and
I
give me
fucking
some meat,
cook-
a
Hey,
hunk of
hey,
meat, any meat,
listen,
and I'm making you a fucking
Listen,
5-star
I like
meal.
food that costs a lot of money.
mm-hmm.
We used to eating that good stuff over here because them UFC
Bryce,
checks
they don't know, bro.
Yeah.
They don't know. We'll
didn't
make
work
better
out.
food than that
I
shit.
wasn't eating Wagyu when I was fighting in the UFC. I'm eating Wagyu in the BKFC, baby.
Yeah, brother. I agree. Now you can't beat having your own farm though, your own steak. That's the
even close.
apex. When you
Yep.
No,
cut
that's
it,
the way of life, man.
when you get it straight from that animal, you know everything that was done to that animal. And here's the number one thing that people don't
Hey.
account for is the quality of the animal's life is better on a small
What's
farm.
been done to them animals?
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Dude, I have half
being
of a
done-
cow
Hang
in,
on,
in
hang
one of
on, I
our
got a quick
barns
question.
out there. Half of a fucking
I
cow
gotta-
chopped up like you. We're about halfway through it. It's way better. Keep going.
I got a quick
Go ahead.
question. Hang on. I got a quick question. So this animal that Bryce killed, right?
Which one?
He dodged 3 shots that Bryce missed on.
He slept
One.
the whole
Like,
time.
right? He
Make-
had to be scared at some point. And then Bryce choked his life out of him. Like,
Wild
there
Texas.
has to be something to be said about the way that guy went out.
well, the contrary would have been
Before you
coyotes
beat
would have
him.
got him. Would have got her eventually. It was a doe,
Yeah.
but something was gonna get that doe. Trust me, she was not the brightest.
Well, there it is, boys, and you know, ladies and gentlemen, Bryce Mitchell, salt of the earth. Let's go. Episode 8, OverDogs. We're out. Make sure you follow Bryce, Mike Perry, the homie Ice Bagz, throws all this shit together, dude. Honestly, he's the hardest worker out of any of these motherfuckers, even though it doesn't look like it. But that's why he deserves to get sauced each episode. Think we all got a little sauced on this one. Love you guys. See you guys soon. OverDogs out.